Okay. Okay. All right. Hello. Hello, ladies. Well, gentlemen. Just gentlemen. Hello, gentlemen. How are we today? How is everybody on this lovely, lovely Saturday? Hopefully everyone's doing well. Hello? Hello, hello. The usual endless Gregan and spam in the chat. You'd love to see it. You'll love to see it. And the strawberries. The strawberry emoji is a bit of a deeper cut. The strawberry emoji is absolutely a bit of a deeper cut. For sure. Let's give it a few more minutes, because inevitably what's going to happen is I'm going to go through all of the Offshore project stuff, and then halfway through the stream, when I have shifted gears to watching a video, people are going to be asking me, hey, what was going on with the Offshore project stuff? So I'm going to give it a few minutes for more people to get in here, and then I'll start talking about, you know, just bringing everyone up to speed. And yeah, I saw Open Fortress is on Steam. I don't care. Sorry, I don't care. I just don't really give a shit about Open Fortress. Maybe once it's on Steam, it'll get more players and be more interesting, but it's just, I don't care. They have a Snow Bunny character, Richter? What? I didn't realize they had a Snow Bunny. Am I allowed to say that? Or do I get in trouble if I say that? I mean, I am white, so it's okay. I am white, so therefore I have the card to say it. It is okay. Oh, the fat chick. That's not a snow bunny, it's a fat chick. Sorry. This is a fat woman. Yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, it's I don't like they wanted a Miss Pauling type character for Open Fortress, I guess. And so they decided to create this fat chick. So, you know, they decided to do this. Let me adjust my screen a little bit here. Yeah, they made a fat chick for Open Fortress. There she is. It's just not an appealing design at all, I'm sorry. Made a chubby fat chick, chubby fat office lady for Open Fortress. It looks, I mean, it probably is someone's self-insert, let's face it. It has to be someone's self-insert. There's no way that this is someone's generic design. It has to be a self-insert. I refuse to believe otherwise. It's a little too specific. You know what I mean? It's a little too specific. It's probably a self-insert. No, I don't find that just something about the face and like the lip, nope, I'm not feeling it. Not to mention, like, women should not be in TF2. I said it. Women shouldn't be in TF2. It should just be 9 men. It should just be 9 men and that's it. Should be 9 burly men beating the fuck out of each other, and that's it. That's the Team Fortress 2 I know. That's the Team Fortress 2 I know. Before they manifested Miss Pauling into the goon character, because they needed a woman on the face of Team Fortress 2 to compete with Overwatch's Tracer, and that's why they put her in the game officially instead of just leaving her in the comics. Think about the administrator. The administrator's always been, since the start, you know, this ambiguous voice, this mysterious figure that didn't really have an appearance. All of that stuff was, you know, retroactively added later. We didn't know what the fuck she looked like. We had no fucking idea. She was just a voice. That's all she was a voice. We didn't see her. We didn't know what she looked like. She didn't have a fucking personality. She just told us what time it was. That's all her job was, telling us what time it was in the game. That's it. How much time we have left, and if someone took the fucking intel. Yeah, Gunmetal and Tough Break were announced after Overwatch was announced, yes. So Valve needed to slap a sexy lady on the cover of Team Fortress 2 in order to compete. Pauling is pretty? No, Pauling is painfully boring. Painfully boring, painfully generic. I just don't see the appeal. I really don't. I don't see the appeal. There's so many people I see fawn and swoon over Miss Pauling. I don't get it. She is just really fucking boring. And not attractive at all. I don't understand it. I don't get it. What do you mean, mask off? I just don't like Miss Pauling. I don't think she's appealing at all visually. I think her design is boring as shit. Like, you can tell that, because, like, the mercenaries have very well-defined designs, right? Very well-defined designs. Very unique and iconic designs. And then they kind of had to retroactively go, how would we put a woman in this universe of only men, and how would she look, right? But also we have to kind of take away from the very, I don't want to say ugly, but very, seasoned and rough caricatures that the mercenaries have. We have to make Miss Pauling cute. We have to make Miss Pauling just sexy enough, right? So they kind of deviated away from that part of TF2's design, like, oh, by the way, here's your little sexy bombshell lady, selling you guns and talking to you and whispering sweet nothings in your ear as you finish contracts. Absolute 100% pure marketing ploy. It worked too. Y'all love her. Y'all love her. Didn't work on me because I don't like her, but it worked on all you. You guys, they got you guys fucking hook, line, and sinker. You guys fell for it. You got it. You got God. I'm sorry. It's not even an opinion. Like, that is an absolute deliberate marketing tactic by Valve to put Miss Pauling in the game and have her be at the front of the game in order to compete with Overwatch. That's just that there is zero refuting that. None. She was in the front of the game for over a year, and then Valve launched Meet Your Match, and then it just went to shit, and then Pyro was on the front of the game for a year, and now it's a random mercenary. Went back to the random mercenaries as God intended. Just how it is. We just don't sexualize her? I don't sexualize Miss Pauling. I don't like Miss Pauling. I look at Miss Pauling, I look the other way because it's just boring. I don't care. Like, that's not why I'm here to play TF2. I'm here to shoot dudes as a dude, and it's fun. I'm here to look at men when I play TF2. I'm here to look at men. Oh, God. We're off to a rockin' start, I must say. Let me turn my volume up a little bit. We are off to a fucking rockin' start here. How is everybody today, by the way? How you guys doing? By the way, jump scare, Mother's Day is tomorrow. For anyone living in America, here's your friendly reminder that Mother's Day is coming up. I hope you are prepared. Do not forget to appreciate your mother tomorrow. I hope you're prepared. Hope you're ready. Don't forget to hug your mom, say you love her. If you don't live near her, give her a call, give her a text, something, you know, just remind her that you love her and you care about her. The woman raised you. She gave birth to you. Don't forget that. She raised you, she gave birth to you. That's a lot of fucking work. So don't forget that. And remind her that you are very thankful for doing so. So make sure you let her know tomorrow. And buy her something nice. Buy her something nice. See, Richter, what you don't understand is that was a joke. Like, I just don't give a shit. I really don't. About the whole Pauling women thing. Like, I'm fucking doing a bit. Like if you don't view that as a bit, like if you if you genuinely view that as me being serious, God help you. I hate that I have to fucking, you know, I have to specify that what I'm doing is a bit or a joke, otherwise people will take it and run with it seriously and get really mad and then try to cancel me again for what is a fucking joke. Speaking of which, we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. There's interesting developments in the Offshore project Discord and the project itself that I feel are worth sharing with everyone because, yeah, it's good. It's great. It's lovely. I'm here to look at men, suspiciously female pyro around the corner burning people. Well, there you go. So, let me start. I'll go ahead and kick things off here with the Offshore stuff. So, Offshore, I'm basically gonna reiterate a lot of what I said the first time I spoke about this on stream a couple months ago. So, we'll start all the way back at square one, just to bring everyone up to speed, so they have an understanding of more recent happenings inside of that Discord, and you know, it's just a bit of a mediocre end to everything happening in that fucking project. So, to refresh everybody, back in March, Valve posted on their blog that there was going to be the Offshore update. Well, Offshore project, I should say. Boom, there it is. Valve made this announcement back in March, on March 24th, and naturally, the community doing what the community does best, they automatically assume that this is an announcement for an official update, which it's not. This is not an official TF2 update. It was never going to be an official TF2 update. This was never the motivation behind the formation of this project to try and sell it as an official TF2 update. What this was an effective copycat of what happened in 2024 with the Tropic Crisis project, where you had a group of creators come together inside of a closed group, and they coordinated and planned a fully fleshed out tropical themed update, and then they released all of the content at the same time onto the community workshop, so it would maximize the amount of views, maximize the chances of it being on the front pages of the workshop, therefore maximizing the chances of Valve seeing it and then taking that content piecewise and then throwing that in the game. And because roughly half of the content from last year's summer update came from the Tropic Crisis project, maybe a little less than half, that's pretty successful. When you put a whole bunch of stuff together into a coherent project update package kind of thing, and then throw it all in the workshop at around the same time, or make a public announcement about these things at all around the same time, that greatly maximizes the chances of those items getting bumped to the top pages on the workshop, Valve seeing them, and them getting put in the game. And Offshore was just copying that success, more or less. And I predicted this, down to the T, last year, that this is going to become the new normal. Because ever since community projects, like the Invasion update, got, sent the way of the dodo by Valve thanks to internal drama. There's been a couple of videos about this, but the long short of that is the update organizers basically tried to take the lion's share of the revenue themselves and then gave all of the people that actually worked on that update mere pennies. Valve had to step in and then evenly distribute the revenue themselves, and that's why we don't get community updates anymore. It's because the community, the workshoppers, fucked it over for everybody else. Anyway, so in lieu of that, the community does these unofficial updates to try and get a bulk of items once again thrown on the workshop at around the same time to maximize the amount of eyeballs on it and increase the chances of content getting put in the game. So, there you go. Offshore is just another version of that. And so what happened is when Offshore was first announced, the deadline for the items was May 1st. Mind you, that's a little over a month before they wanted to put everything out in public. So if you're making a hat, or an unusual effect, or a skin, or even a taunt, that's an acceptable amount of time to get something out. But if you're making a map, that is not enough time. If you want to make a competent map, that takes about, 4 or 5 months. If you want a really good map, that almost takes a year to get it completely finished if you want to have play testing, what have you. So they basically pissed off one of the Discord groups that they had initially linked on their webpage. This is what the webpage originally looked like. They originally linked 3 Discords on their webpage. You had TF2 Maps, Particle Mayhem, and then the Painter's Workshop. TF2 Maps and Particle Mayhem are effectively arms of the TF2 Emporium. Basically, all of the same people work across those 3 groups, the Emporium, TF2 Maps, and Particle Mayhem. And then they also linked the Painter's Workshop, which is a workshop Discord primarily centered around Warpaint creation, of which I am the owner. The previous owner was Monkey, and then Monkey, went through what he did, and then the ownership was passed on to me, so Painter's Workshop is primarily centered around Warpaint creation. So, all of this happened basically without any warning. I wasn't told this was happening, or it wasn't widely told so it really wasn't told to anybody within these Discords, alright? So, people in TF2 Maps didn't know, Painter's Workshop didn't know, and fucking Particle Mayhem's been dead, for as far as I know, it's not that active. But, update comes out, and we're like, oh shit, okay, this update's here, and a whole bunch of people start joining these Discords and what have you. Basically, we had to kind of clamp down on the Discords and cancel invite links because people were flooding in because Valve made the announcement of this update, right? And so no, I'm simply the owner of Painter's Workshop. And this is for full disclosure, I'm the owner of that Discord, but I'm very, very hands-off. I'm not super active in there. There's a moderation team. that does everything, that, you know, applies the rules in that Discord. I have largely no controlling hand in it, just for full disclosure, full transparency. So, no, it is not an actual update. This is not an official update. This is not Valve official. This is not Valve sponsored. This is not a real update. This is a fully community-driven project, all right? This is a fully community-driven project. That's it. Okay? Just to be completely clear. Okay, so what happened immediately inside of the TF2 Maps Discord was, within, you know, mere moments of the update being announced, instantly, all of these people that are, you know, involved in TF2 Maps and the Emporium almost instantly start shitting on this new update right away, you know? I get the feeling that people that made this don't care. It feels like an advertisement to encourage Valve to add their maps, so they're not gonna get in the game and delete their entire asset pack off the website. Those assets were ugly as fuck. And there's a very long, you know... Hold on. Can I move to these, please? Hello? And so, I'll go through these a bit more roughly. But, and here they are referencing the Mayan update, which is another community-made update. And what have you. Okay, and so Fantac, who's one of our mods, said that they were aware that Painter's Workshop was going to be featured, but we weren't aware that it was going to be announced on the TF2 blog, so there you go. Let's see, what else? Yeah, and so, I'm not gonna read every single message on this, but I'll leave these on screen for longer periods of time so people can go back in the stream and read them at their own leisure. But I did highlight a lot of the comments that were basically just shitting on the project, right? So here's a community project with a very specific thing. What about assets? Fuck you, make your own, even though assets were gonna come later. You know, I think the budget ran out before they could add the credits. People were bitching that the people who were in charge of the project were not credited on the website. You know, what else do we have here? And so even though it's like a full disclosure that this is a community event that they advertise right away that this is a community event. So no, Valve did do the blog post. Valve has the final say of what goes on there. And Valve basically does not vet anything that they put on there. Like, if you send it to Valve, they'll look at it and go, yeah, sure, and then they'll put it on their news tab, basically. They have the final say of what goes on their website, not the fucking people who made this project, alright? So, let's see. This feels so half-baked, it makes the Mayan update look like a proper thing. Why and how did they get a shout out from Valve? Because they'll shout out anything, which is basically true. There's zero substance behind it. Project's gonna get 1 or 2 maps that have been worked on prior to the announcement, yada yada yada. Then of course they're showing that there's a map that's been made for it. Community project with 0 people listed on the page for credits should make people extremely suspicious. So immediately, they're trying to paint this project as if though it were a scam, as if though there's something fishy going on. Like they're trying to undermine and discredit the motivations and the people who are behind this project, largely because all of these guys were not clued in, right? They were not clued in to the fact that this update was happening months beforehand, and therefore they're pissed off that they're not getting a piece of the pie, right? Because now they're being told, they're being notified at what's effectively last minute, right? Yeah, they're also upset because they largely don't have any control over it, because it seems like, not that it seems like, but the people that are working on this are largely extricated from the Emporium, and so they're very upset that they weren't involved or weren't told ahead of time so they can come in and get their piece of the pie. So, also the fact that it appears out of nowhere with nobody here knowing anything, and once again, discrediting the project, what have you. Perhaps ran by talentless opportunists. Immediately insulting the project leads on this and trying to, you know, bring them down. Does make me concerned on how nobody on staff knows this either. Webpage lists the Painter's Workshop as a Discord joined last year, and so immediately they're starting to also discredit the Painter's Workshop because the Painter's Workshop is wholly outside of the Emporium's control. So immediately, they're trying to paint the Discord, the Painter's Workshop, as a general place where there's dozens of rape jokes and yada yada yada, full of racists and what have you. You're gonna see a lot of messages like this too. I wonder why such a group would be behind the new community project. Really makes you think. It'd be really funny seeing Painter's Workshop try to twist this theme as something different from Tropic Crisis, which they shit on vehemently. They're immediately dogpiling on the people that were included in this group, right? Which is hilarious. ever been in the Discord, you know, almost, and so in reference to the Painter's Workshop, if you've ever been in that Discord, you know almost nobody there is capable of anything at all. They can barely make a war paint. So, all of you, by the way, all of you guys inside of the Painter's Workshop, all of you insanely talented motherfuckers that make some of the best goddamn war paints I've ever seen, there's quite a few of you in there. Here you have Emporium members saying that none of you are capable of anything at all. Right, immediately, because they're pissed because they weren't clued in to this update happening. They have to immediately shit on anyone that's involved, right? And so here we go, they're saying, oh, they're trying to pass off the update as real, even though it explicitly said on the website that this is a community event. They're doing the same thing as Tropic Crisis. BRB making my own community update to Valve and putting my map as #1 to asking for my submissions by May, yada yada. You can tell the people behind it are very experienced in the workshop scene. They totally know how the sausage is made. They're just all dogpiling and discrediting, right? Keep going. Join Painter's Workshop, they don't seem good. And here you have UEAK Crash. Imagine all the people that joined that Discord because of Valve Plug now. All these, you know, larger workshop names all coming on in and having a good time, having a great time. You know, get ready for the racist update because the Painter's Workshop is involved because people they don't like are involved. So they have to discredit them and call them as racist. It's the racist update. It just goes to show just how petty and silly all of these Emporium people are when they are not involved and when they don't have much control over what's happening in the update scene. They were very, very upset by this. And so we'll just keep combing through. Painter's Workshop's like an alt-right Emporium. It also tells a lot how quickly they think content can be made. Now it makes sense why they're so quick to shit on stuff. Yeah. It is pretty funny that they did call one of the good war paint cases the Zesty Jesus case too. Yeah, the collection of war paints that was the best one we received in years has my name attached to it, as if though it were some kind of insult. Here, we'll leave that one on screen for a minute so people can go back and read it. We'll go through these a bit more slowly. You know, some members of TF2 Maps barraging Tropic Crisis has left a lot of bad blood that still exists under the surface. Repeating the same with the Offshore project would be unwise, and yet here they are doing the same thing again, immediately berating the project. I think it's a leap to say it's deliberate fraud to assign too much malice to the Offshore project, yet I just think there could be a lot more transparency with who's in charge and who's organizing it. And the timing makes it come across as less of we're trying to involve as many people as possible, and we're trying to promote it and seeming like it was closed off, even though the Offshore project was fully public. Well, now it's invite only from people that are in there, but the Offshore project was not closed off at all. It was fully public. You know, anyone could come in and do it. A lot of people upset with Tropic Crisis were people upset at themselves they didn't have the idea sooner. You know, I have no clue what's going on with the Offshore update, who is running it, if I can contribute. That's all I really know right now. If we actually knew, people wouldn't be saying it's a fraud. You know, let's see, what else do we have here? I don't think it's done anything to deserve a fraudulent status. Some people with reason were happening in here, and then they immediately go back to shitting on it. Popped out of nowhere with no credits or assets and a bunch of pictures of maps and cosmetics by who knows, by literally who's, by nobodies. Again, immediately discrediting and belittling the people that are in charge of this project, right? No, yeah, and this, by the way, this fucking Diva Dan guy, who has their name attached to a lot of item submissions, right? They're showing their true colors. They're showing their true colors here, you know? You gotta be careful of what you say inside of a public Discord, lest people air it out for all to see, you know? It's a project with the very clear intent of becoming an official update, with official workshop submissions and all, and the two most prominent workshop spaces for TF2, TF2 Maps, and TF2 Emporium are either not listed at all, or have no idea what's going on. It's very bizarre that the TF2 Emporium was not included in what is obviously going to be an official update, despite the website saying it's a community event. I mean, that's just showing their true colors right there. No, please include us. We want our piece of the pie. We want our piece of the pie. How dare they not include us? How dare they not bring us in? And once again, shitting on Painter's Workshop. Let's see. We'll leave that on screen for a moment for people to read. Valve isn't allowed to take any content that doesn't go through face punch remnants? Oh, I mean, oh, no, yeah, Richter, that's what these people think, right? Obviously in their head that it has to go through their own official channels before Valve can officially accept it. It has to have their blessing, effectively. It has to have their blessing, which effectively means it has to have their control. It has to have their control, and when they lack that control, they get very upset, because again, they're not clued in. Leave it on screen for a moment. Valve will shout out anything. Pain Workshop, they just keep shitting on the Painter's Workshop. What else do we have here? You know, shitting on the update even more. You know, shitting on the assets they put on there. You know, they're just having a free for all. They're just having a free for all. You know, leave this on there for a few minutes, yada yada, just some other random bullshit. More random bullshit, you know, about splitting up percentages. And then here we go. Here is Overlord Lettuce, who was one of the 2 co-leads. So you have Opera Bay, who's the project lead. You had Overlord Lettuce, and then you had, who's the fucking third guy? Lucky. Those are the 3 main guys who are running this project, to my knowledge, all right? And so here's Overlord Lettuce. So he's like, hey, I spent about a month making all the art for the Offshore website. Thanks for calling my work a scam. So here comes one of the guys working on the project, calling all these guys out for their bullshit, and then they immediately backpedal and go, oh, no, the site looks great. We're just criticizing the management, even though not moments before, they're heavily implying that it's suspicious and it's a scam, which is fucking hilarious to me, you know? If you're gonna link TF2 maps in the site references, we should really be clued into what's happening beforehand, you know? Then immediately once the guys who are working on this come in and present themselves and call them out, they immediately back and go, oh, no, we weren't doing that. We weren't doing that, you know? And here's Overlord Lettuce saying he's been talking with a staff member for weeks about this. You know, let's see. Big one is, well, why is the Painter's Workshop on there? Why is the Painters on there? Because, and why wasn't the Emporium on there? Because linking the Emporium risks summoning of the Horde. And I was told directly that the reason why they did not link the TF2 Emporium is because all of the shit that's been coming out about them in recent months. All the nasty shit they get up to, that wouldn't look very good linking that Discord front and center on this project when, oh yeah, by the way, we're linking this group of individuals that actively harbors people that go out of their way to harass and dox people they don't like. Yeah, we can't really put that on the page front and center, so we'll include the other arms of the Emporium in the form of the TF2 maps and the Particle Mayhem, right? But also we'll throw the Painter's Workshop on there as well. And then they start demanding for a public Discord that anyone can join, moving on forward here. Painter's Workshop is a cesspit that outright encourages toxic behavior and the harassment of work sloppers, which is simply not true. We have all of our rules in place that immediately ban these things. Like, we fucking don't let that shit happen. We shut down any kind of bullying, we shut down any kind of harassment, we have rules against these things, and we have banned people before for doing that shit. So here we are, the Emporium circuits shitting on the non-Emporium controlled Discord for being this cesspit of toxicity and harassment, even though we have rules against these things. Speaking personally, I don't want our name to be associated with them, and I would rather had all of us taken off the page than be associated with them. This insane, petty infighting and self-sabotage and drama, like this is a mere taste. This is a mere little taste of what goes on in these workshop circles, man. I've joined it, read the chat logs where people wanted me dead or whatever, and then I'd ping them and be like, hey, what's up? And every time they'd fold. Meanwhile, what Diva Dan did, alongside other workshoppers, alongside other Emporium members, is that what actually happened is they came in, and also, by the way, I have my moderators here saying this never happened, and it never happened. There are no logs of this. This literally never happened. This is just made up. But what did happen is that these Emporium members came in and were constantly trying to bait people into arguments and get people to fight. To the point where we just had to ban them, because these guys were constantly trying to start shit. We have the logs of that too, by the way. They're all there. I probably should have clipped those too so I could show them on stream. So in reality, it's the Emporium guys that are coming into our Discord. The other workshop cliques scene that they have no control over. Like, you'd think, right? You'd think with the fucking how old this game is, with how old this game is, with how few people are interested in creating content for this fucking game, that all of the people would kind of, you know, we'd think we'd band together, you know, and be a little more friendly towards each other, but no. We're gonna bully and attack each other because, well, we can't control them. You love to see it. You love to see it. Sounds like a fate worse than death to join that server. Anyways, preemptive compliance. If it doesn't help anyone, you only feed them and they'll probably come after you anyways. If you enjoy the current game in any capacity, you are doing wrong think. Oh, these guys, I swear. Pinnacle, these are the guys who make your hats. These are the guys that make your maps. These are the guys that make your unusual effects. These are the guys that make your content and have made it for years. They've been doing this for years. You love to see it. Right, but you people are digging into Offshore Manage, but I am kind of left wondering if TF2 map staff ever talks with anyone, ever talks with one another. All of these complaints are things that I've talked about with TF2 map staff. So the staff were clued in on this, right? And then people complaining are mostly not staff, so that's a fucking communication issue inside of their own fucking Discord, man. More shit here, more drama shit here. You know, more. Again, you can go back and pause these things and read them. Go through them all. I agree the Painter's Workshop is not something to connect to if you are worried about the mob. Meanwhile, they're certainly behaving in their own actions of mob mentality, dogpiling on those they don't like. More shit here. There you go. We'll keep it going. Coming to the end here. What is the Painter's Workshop? Imagine the Emporium with racism and slurs, even though we have rules and bots that ban people that use words we don't want them to use. So, just letting you know that now, that we have rules actively against these things, but because they don't like this Discord, you know, we'll just shit all over them. You know, it's fine, because we can't control them, because they're not an arm of the Emporium. Anti-Emporium-esque place that encourages toxic behavior and harassment. All the usual shit. I am honestly currently feeling kind of betrayed by the fact that a community I thought highly of is seemingly filled with petty assholes with the collective media literacy of a dead squirrel who've been doing an hour of insulting my work and my competence. Overlord Lettuce, my man, every now and again you have these brief moments of clarity where you call out these bullshit, like, and it's funny too, because more so in recent months, I'm having more and more people that were formerly associated with the Emporium coming to me and telling me about all the bullshit they've been through inside the Emporium, to the point where I'm like, I don't even know if I can put all of this into a single video. So much shit has happened over the years with so many people inside the fucking Emporium, where like one video is not gonna be enough unless it's like 6 hours long. There is so much shit that happens in these workshop spaces. It's fucking insane. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can actually see the whole thing here. Moving on. Anything else? Let's see. TF2 meme is like way too overdramatic all the time. Let's see. I want the project to succeed, and I want good stuff to get made, so that's why I give feedback, even though not an hour before this, you're heavily implying that the update is a scam. You're shitting on the update, immediately folding once the project leader is there. You love to see it. No, projects are good. No, it's good you guys are doing this. It's great. Yeah, it's good. You love to see the backpedal. You love to see the backpedal. It's just thorough entertainment. Like, people have said enough about the Painter's Workshop being toxic, right? But even besides that, and looking at it objectively as a collaboration platform, it's just not a good collaborative space. There's barely anyone there that can even make items. And the criticism's often completely off topic and they have no means of outreach. When, if you compare the amount of collaboration and work done and outreach done inside of the Painter's Workshop and then compare that to the Emporium, it outdoes that by a factor of 10, easily. Just go look yourselves. If they let you in, by the way, inside the Emporium, if they let you in. Mind you, they may not. Even if it's specifically just meant to be a link to a place, Proficient Warpaints, there's another Discord named the Warpaint Arcadia, which is the Warpaint Discord controlled by the Emporium. Naturally, they want people to go there, but that Discord is fucking dead. No one uses it. Guess where they're at? They're inside of the Painter's Workshop, where they can actually get helpful feedback from people and have access to resources without people constantly trying to steal from them, stab them in the back, or sometimes worse. The The last thing that the place needed is a link on the TF2 blog endorsed community update content project thing. Even though objectively it is absolutely the place to go for cosmetic feedback 10 times out of 10. That's what you had to have the Emporium on there. You had to have it. I would just replace the Painter's Workshop with the link on the page. Join here for the project's new Discord. But you can leave the other ones up too. Just remove the Painter's Workshop. Just remove the people we have no control over. The people that we cannot tame. It is just so sad and pathetic how petty and bitchy these people can be. You love to see it. You love to see it. You do. You just love to see it. Okay, so that brings you up to speed, all right? That brings you up to speed on what happened during the initial release, the initial announcement of the Offshore project, all right? And not too long after, the website was updated, all right? The website was updated. I'll pull up the website now. The website was updated to remove all 3 of these links, mind you. They removed all 3 of them to what we have today, which is just the official Offshore Discord. That's what's going on now. Is you only have the official Offshore Discord. They removed all of them, and now they have one collective Discord group for everyone to join. And to be frank, that's really what they should have done in the first place. It really should have been just one Discord. That I do agree with the sentiment that they should have had just one Discord there for anyone to join, and work on their stuff, right? That's what they should have done instead of kind of splitting everyone up into these 3 individual Discords. That was a fucking mistake. They shouldn't have done that, 100%, right? So, you get in the Discord and, you know, things are fine and hunky-dory for a little while. That's all good. And then, well, you start getting a little bit of, you start getting some Emporium people in there. They all start entering in, they start coming into this space. It's a public space, anyone can come in, but Emporium people start coming in. Right? Emporium people start coming in. So, a few days ago, I got banned from that Discord. I was banned. I barely spoke in there. Alright? I barely spoke in there. Spoken there a handful of times. I didn't violate any of their rules. Not a single one of the rules was violated by me. At all. I was banned without... No one came to me and spoke for me. And you know why they banned me? They banned me using all of the old fucking screenshots from my past drama. Me quoting the Eric Andre show, saying the N-word with the A, me typing the T-slur, what, 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago now? Me making a fucking cunny joke in my Discord, and then other Emporium members using that to try and paint me as a pedophile a couple of years ago. Using all that same bullshit that has been consistently, over and over again, refuted, denied, and rejected wholly, using that again. They banned me. Without warning, they just fucking kicked me out. Alright? That's it. Meanwhile, I won't put other names on here because I don't want other people to get singled out other than those I've already shown. But meanwhile, they have other people in there, including Emporium members, who have said similar, if not identical things to me. Well, they don't get the same treatment. They don't get banned outright for things that they've said or done outside of that Discord. No. They get to stay. They get to stay. Shocker. So, what happens? I fight against my ban because I'm like, hey, this is bullshit. I want to look at what's going on inside this project. I want to know what's going on. I want to see what items are being put together. I want to see what you guys are doing because I'm genuinely interested in these things. I only want what's best for this fucking game. I want only good content to be accepted, so I'm curious what's going to be curated and then put onto your update pages. I want to know what's going on here. I'm not very active, but I'm fucking lurking. I'm looking around to see what's being made, what have you, and they've already put up a couple of the collections of the stuff they put together. We're going to look at that later, right? I genuinely care. Compared to any other big fucking figure in this goddamn scene, right? No other YouTube fucking cares, unless they're making clickbait about it. No one genuinely gives a fuck other than me. Because people only care when they get their new fucking box, like, oh look, fucking hats, and then they just don't give a shit and keep going on, right? So, what got into your fucking head that it's a good idea to ban a guy with a large audience that could, you know, gives and shine some good light on the stuff you do and send some positive shit your way. What got in your mind? Like, no, let's ban the guy using drama that, you know, we're all fully aware of, that we know is bullshit, that we've known for years is bullshit. Let's just use that again and ban him from the Discord. And you know why? I was told directly by the project organizer that it was Emporium members that reported me using all of those same screenshots. Shocker! Directly to my face in my DMs. That it was Emporium members who reported me. And without confronting me about it, without saying anything, they just banned me outright. And wouldn't you know, it's not just me. Turns out, there have been a handful of other bans from other people that are now known to be not quite so vocal detractors, but people who have been, you know, not so happy with the Emporium, that people in the Emporium do not like. It seems like they're slowly culling these people from that fucking Discord. I have a couple of informants that have been telling, they seem to be slowly getting other Emporium members to report other people they don't like, and they're getting them kicked out. Which is very curious that this is happening in what is supposed to be a public event for anyone to join. No, doesn't seem like that way anymore. Instead, you know, well, they may pump the brakes on it. Now that I'm saying something and airing out their bullshit. Fuck you guys, by the way. So ultimately, what happened? They pull me into a fucking group chat with all of the moderators inside of that Discord. They pull me into a fucking group chat, and you know what they want me to do? They want me to do this performative ass kissing, this performative bending over backwards, where I basically have to beg, no, please unban me, please unban me, I didn't mean what I actually said, please, I'm sorry. Like, they wanted me to do this performative ass kissing, where I'm bending over backwards. And, you know, like, do you still agree with these things you said? Are you still the same person? They wanted me to act like a fucking monkey for them. They wanted me to go through a humiliation. I have screenshots of this. I mean, should I show you? I don't know if that's fair to do to these guys. I might do it. I have them here. I mean, I do. And I'm not kidding. I have them here, just for reference. I took screenshots of everything. But I feel like I'm sending enough heat their way already, so maybe I won't. And listen, I will admit, I am power tripping a little bit here. But I feel like it's fucking fair. Right? I feel like it's fucking fair for these assholes to get a little taste of their own fucking medicine for once. Just once, you know? A little bit of their own fucking taste, right? So, getting a call, they want me to do this performative, you know, self-flagellation in order to get unbanned. And I said, you know what? Fuck you. It doesn't matter. Valve clearly doesn't give a fuck about any of this. They're gonna accept your fucking items and content anyway. I'm out of here. I don't care. And I fucking left. And then I'm DM'd. We'll unban you. You can come back whenever you want. Well, convenient, isn't it? How about go fuck yourselves? And better yet, there's more. One of the project co-leads, Overlord Lettuce, has left the project. The guy who was making the websites, he's fucking gone. He left the project. So one of the 3 fucking co-leads is gone. It seems to be, it's kind of falling apart a little bit. And ultimately the overarching point of all of this, right? The overarching point to all of this is that we as the fucking TF2 sphere need to stop putting these fucking content creation spheres on this elevated pedestal as if though they're the fucking saviors for this game. They're not. They're constantly engaged in their own petty bullshit drama. All the time. There you go. He's gone. He left the Discord. We need to stop putting these guys on a fucking pedestal and pretending that there are these sane collective saviors. That they're gonna fucking save this game with their updates and their items or their mods. Right? We need to stop pretending that this is what's going on here. When for years, for over a decade, all of these motherfuckers have been constantly engaged in their own petty drama, petty bullshit, constant infighting, constant self-sabotage, constant going out of their way to attack other people. This is a very, very, very narrow insight, a very small taste of what these people do, and have been doing so for years. There's your offshore project check-in for you. So the organizers can go fuck themselves. The people involved, especially the Emporium people, can go fuck themselves. But ultimately, again, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because Valve doesn't care. Valve doesn't care. They're gonna pick these items anyways. They're all already on the workshop. They don't give a shit. And they're all gonna get paid anyways. So it doesn't matter what we say here. They're all gonna go, they're laughing all the way to the bank. They just laugh all the way to the bank, because Valve does not care. Valve doesn't care. Are the items any good? Well, the two websites we have, we can take a look. The two websites we have so far, they have released a Warpaint collection and an item collection, which I guess we can take a look at right now. Let's have a look, shall we? Excuse me. Oh, one sec. Let me quickly do something here. I got signed out of Steam, and I don't want you to see my credentials. I have to use the mobile app to log in. One second. Yes, I approve of this login. Thank you, Steam. Now we can continue. Lovely. Alright, pull these two workshop collections up here. Bring them over here. Pull back up the desktop. Fantastic. I missed a lot of donations. I'm sorry. Let me go back through them. Let me go back through. I do apologize here. Oh, and you love to see the browser lagging. Let's see. Infinite X Mina Mongoose Donut. I don't even know what that means. Just judging by Dan's avatar, I can immediately tell he's addicted to gooning. Seeing this dude cry and call everything he doesn't like racist is funny. I mean, that is just the typical Emporium MO, is whenever they come across someone they don't like or someone they want shut down, what they will do is they will dig into your past and find absolutely anything they can to try and paint them as a pedophile or a racist or some kind of deplorable thing in order to get them removed from their circles and basically bullied out of the creation scene. That has been something that has consistently happened easily for, 5, 6, 7, almost 10 years. It happens all the fucking time. All the time. Let us look out, they're gonna shave your wife. Come on, let's not be too hard on the guy. Because he ultimately got the shit end of the stick at this as well. Well, Chuddies, we can't stop winning as bigots who seek quality and love this game. You make me proud, son. These people don't seem to think people can change. Obviously not. Anything to prop up TF2's fake economy right now? Oh, you're gonna get more unusuals for summer, that's for sure. Is Lettuce turning over a new leaf? I don't know, man. He's someone that needs some help. He's someone that needs some help for sure, but only time will tell if he gets it. Only time will tell if he gets it. Anyway, so there's your offshore update. I figured what I'd do now is let's take a quick comb through the stuff. We have some. They've put up a whole bunch of. Looks like they did maps and they did weapons. I think they did a Warpaint collection as well. Let me see. Yeah, they did. Oh, all of them are up now. So we have the cosmetics, Warpaints. Everything's here. So let's start with the cosmetics, shall we? Let's see what they deem as worthy for this update, shall we? Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. First up, we have what appears to be an item set. A welder's mask for the engineer. It looks kind of weird. It's not terrible, but I'm not a big fan of it. I like the accessories, but mean, it really looks like you're wanting to. This doesn't even feel like TF2 anymore. I'm not sure. This feels like a payday asset, something from a different game. Oh, and just to be sure, right, guys? Oh, just in case you would confuse this as a pyro. Like, look at how petty this is too. Like, they have to like insult our intelligence, right? They have to insult our intelligence as though the only possible counter argument to this item's aesthetic is that people could confuse it for being the fucking pyro. When like, oh no, we can, and you absolutely cannot take any other issues with how this item was made. No, it's just because the silhouette is preserved. That's just petty and sad. I don't know. It's not very good. I've seen better. And the shirt is, I don't know. The shirt's okay, but the welding mask is very weird. I'm not a fan of it. Not a fan of it. Why'd I close that? I'm stupid. I need to know. I'm so used to closing tabs as I go through. So actually what I will do is I'll do the smart thing. That's the welding torch. Let's see. Open tab. 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 So we have a deep sea diver helmet for pyro. It's not even fucking pyro anymore. This is just something else. It's like, oh my god. Like, there are some creative ways where you could have still made it look like Pyro's head instead of just something else entirely. I mean, we also already have a diver's helmet in the game that also has the same problem. Yeah, Neptune's Nightmare, but worse, actually, yeah, because you have all the extra gold around his torso. It's not... I don't know. The Neptune's Nightmare is better. Not big on it. And then the suit. The suit is... It's got so much going on. Hello? So many extra straps and small details. It's a lot. I feel like you gotta tone this down a little bit. You don't need the buckles either. You could have simplified it a little bit. I'm not wild about it. It's not terrible, but I'm not wild about it. I like the sailor hat and the pipe, but I'm not a fan of the chin. I don't like changing the anatomy of the mercenaries. I've never been a fan of the fat cosmetics. I've never been a fan of the fat cosmetics that change the shape of the face or the head of the mercenary. I've never been a big fan of that. Like, if you're gonna do that, it really needs to be something that's Halloween restricted. That's just me. Then again, it's, you know, it's fairly inoffensive. It's alright. It's a cute reference to Popeye, and I like Popeye the Sailor Man. It's, you know, it's good. And then, holy god, look at these fucking arms, dude. I saw this before, but I didn't realize it was this bad. Holy shit. There's no wrists! Look at it, look at the clipping! It's clipping with his fucking side pouches! Oh, it's horrible! You could have just done... Could you... I know, listen, the problem with doing this, right, is, I've said this a million times, you're having to model over existing geometry, right? You're having to model over existing geometry because they just can't remove the soldier's clothes. So they have to model over his pretty bulky sleeves, and hence his forearms are thicker than his fucking upper arms. Oh my god, and then the way it clips with his fucking clothes, it's so bad. I mean, you could have slimmed it down as much as you could have, right? You could have just given him bare arms or something, or you could have just given him a normal sailor outfit, but the rolled up sleeves look terrible on this. You could have just done this style. This style is fine, but this is atrocious. It looks like a fucking charger from Left 4 Dead. Oh my god. Valve's gonna add this. I guarantee you Valve's gonna add this. Oh my god. Man, that just looks really bad. I don't mind the hat and the chin, but those fucking forearms are truly a tragedy. It's, I don't know, it's a little much, it's not too bad. But it is a little much. It's a little bulky, a little big. It's not great. I mean, yeah, it's basically Dr. Freeze. It is Dr. Freeze, and of course you can paint the entire dome a single color, because why not? But it's not as offensive as the giant forearms. Yeah, the clipping's also not very great, but it's just so, I don't know. The over-creation of big, bulky items is it's not that great. Here's a decent fishing set. Here's like a decent fishing set for Sniper. This is cute. This is fine. Hair looks a little weird, but this is okay. This is clean. This is good. I like this. The shirt's good. The vest is good. The little details on the back. Yeah, this is nice. This is a good one. I like it. I like the gray hair. It's a nice, it's a neat little change. Yeah, this is nice. This set actually goes hard. Yes, it does. It does go hard. This is a good one. I like it. I approve of the Fisherman set for Sniper. Like Sniper has other Fisherman items already, but this one, you know, just another one on top of that. It's not bad. It's not bad. Middle click to open a new tab. I've never been a fan of doing that. I know people tell me to do it. I'm not huge on it. Yeah, this is a good set. I like it. It's decent. The Crude Suit and the Rig Rippers. Okay, so we have the PPE for Engineer, as if though he were on an oil rig. I can appreciate that. As someone who's worked on an oil rig, it's not bad. It's just a little weird to... I really don't like having the entire player model on the lower half be the same color. It's a little much to have a wall of blue or a wall of red. But just the shirt? Just the shirt is nice. I like just the PPE shirt. And you know what they could have done? They could have put the reflective stripes on his dark colored pants, and I think that would have been fine. But I don't think you needed to make the entire Engineer blue or red. Sniper's Fisherman fits rather than Pyro. Yeah, whenever the Fisherman Pyro set's pretty bad because people have always viewed Pyro as a blank slate. People view Pyro as a blank slate so they can kind of translate anything they want onto him, and a lot of those translations are pretty awkward. So, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the pants. I don't think the pants are a good idea. They should have just kept these as the same color as Engineer's normal pants, and then put the reflective stripes on them, and then that would have been fine. But I like the shirt. I think the shirt's cool. But again, it's just a bit much. It is just a bit much. All right, let's see. You know what that is? You know what that is convenient. I'm just gonna middle click everything. Look at that. Holy shit, this is way faster. Thank you to the guy in chat who said to do that. I'm gonna do it. Just gonna get everything open here. There's a lot of shit. Holy cow. Deep diver. It's big fucking flippers. No. I'm thinking no. Here's your slop for you. Here's your scuba mask and big fucking flippers you're gonna have flapping around on the goddamn map. I'm thinking no. I'm thinking I'm gonna pass on this. I really don't think we need to have giant paintable flippers on the mercenaries' feet. That's kind of the last thing we need. Not a good idea. Yeah, that's just not very good. Telecommunicator, so I guess this would be like probably like a tool pusher on an oil rig with his headset on. That's pretty good. It's good. Pretty, you know, it's a reasonably versatile cosmetic. Nice facial hair and hair in the headset. Yeah, it's good. This is nice. I like it. This is acceptable. I like this a lot. The cadet coveralls. So we have another kind of PPE style outfit for Scout. This is a lot better because they at least put a gradient on there, so the lower half is still darker than the upper half. This is actually what they should have done for the Engineer. This is a lot better. So it's you keep a lot more of the you adhere a lot more to the intended colors on the Scout's default player model. I like that a lot. And then the second style is just the shirt, which is actually a lot better than the colored pants. Both of these are decent, but this is absolutely what they should have done for that Engineer, for the Engineer pants, 100%. But no, this is good. This is actually a really killer shirt. You can make some cool loadouts with this. This is good. I like this one a lot. This one's nicely done. And even the pants are good. I appreciate the work on the gradient there to keep the pants darker. I like that one. I would not mind seeing that in game. I don't know, man. That just does not look like this is you're oh my god. Again, we have another set that just it goes a little too far. Like, it looks cool, it's well made, but you went a little too far. It looks like a Bionicle, it does. Do I have any within arm's reach? I only have my Hero Factory stuff here, and all my Bionicles are in storage. But it looks like a Bionicle, a little bit. It's a lot. I'm thinking it's a lot. And also the flippers, it's quite a bit. Yeah, I have all my Hero Factory on my shelves above me. Hold on, I'll pull one down. Hold on. Which one is my favorite? They all kind of suck. Honestly. I was never big on Hero Factory. What is a prime sampling? I forget this guy's name. This one has. I think this guy's got a cool design. I've always been a sucker for. For gold pieces. This guy's pretty cool. I forget his name though. I don't remember his name. But is this Raka? Is this Raka? Is it? You're right. It is Raka because I remember the giant Titan set with the lion head. I do remember that one. Yeah, this one is. I like him. He's cool. What else do we have? I have Breeze. Breeze in arm's reach. You know. God, you're dusty. She's cool. I like her design. The green and red goes hard. I like to see it. Anyway, that's enough. That's enough Hero Factory. That's enough Hero Factory. Anyway, yeah, the set is a little overbaked. I think it's you could have toned it down a little bit. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. Same goes for the suit in that manner. The air tanks of no consequence. Doe's Dixie. So Sailor Boy outfit for Soldier. The little poof of hair on the front is a little strange. I don't mind. I like the mustache though. The little flip on the front kind of sucks. Yeah, the hair just sucks in general, but the rest is fine. I like the mustache. I like the hat. This is fine. This is a decent set. I like the sailor shirt as well. Sailor shirt is actually quite good. And look at that, a tame paint region, you like to see it. Decent loadout versatility, I like this. This is pretty good. It's pretty good. I am a fan of this set. This is nice. Simple is better. Simple is better. Popeye. What's his name again? Bluto. I could not remember his name. Bluto. Bluto from Popeye. It looks... Something's wrong. I don't know what they did to model the facial hair, but it looks like he's wearing a mask. It projects too far out from his face. They should have had it kind of smooth into his facial modeling, so it doesn't look like he just kind of took modeling clay and put it over the Heavy's face. I like the concept. I like the idea. It's a cute reference. Like, if you're making references in TF2, something like this is, you know, I deem that as appropriate instead of, like, trying to reference, like, Star Wars or something in here like we have in the game already. But, yeah, I think this one needed a little more time in the oven. But again, I like the concept. Just needs a little more work. And then, oh wait, we have a full set, of course. Here we go. We have the bare arm. Modeling isn't terrible. I've seen worse. It's not the worst. It's okay. Like, at least the... You got the... Oof. Hello! Ladies. You like your men a little fuzzy. This one's for you. That shockingly doesn't look too bad. That shockingly does not look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Oh no, he's hot! Oh no, he's hot! Yeah, there you go. See, look here. This is what I mean about having to model over the existing geometry on the player model. This is what they have to do, right? So, in the paintable area, I don't know if this should have been paintable. But, I don't know. The shirt's well done. The beard, not so much, but the shirt is well done. And the pants and the shoes, I guess they're okay. I think it might be a little too light. I would have liked to have seen them a little bit darker. But it's okay. I also don't think the belt should be paintable. This set doesn't need to be paintable. I don't think he should have done that. Or if he did a paint region, it shouldn't be the whole hat or the belt or the shirt. It should have been something smaller. But yeah, it's a decent set. I think it could have used a little more. Gee, build 2 fisherman sets? I like the other one more. This one's fine, but I like the other one more. I think the little extra detail like the hook in the hat isn't really necessary. The previous one was cleaner. Yeah, and the green, I don't like the green either. Yeah, the green is probably not a good idea. Sniper has a lot of green sets, doesn't he? Not a lot, but he has more than one green set. I'm not a fan of the green. I think you should have stuck with a more neutral color on this one instead of using the green. And the vest is, I don't think it's a good idea to have a color that's of the same brightness or lighter than the team color, because that defeats the purpose of having a darker color and contrast to guide the eye towards where the team color is. It just makes it a bit harder to distinguish colors and makes it just kind of noisier. This should be a lot darker. It should be a lot darker. The default should not be tan. And then you have it paintable. It's not a good... You made the green part, you made the green region paintable? Really? God, people can fuck with this a lot. You have half his upper torso blue, half his upper torso red. Not a good idea. You can, and then within a combination with another cosmetic, no. You fell flat on the color choices with this one. I'm not a fan. What kind of hat is this? I've asked this a million times. What kind of hat is this again? I think I've seen this one on stream before. I'm vaguely remembering this set. But I think I said I like this one. What's the flat cap? Whatever you want to call it, flat cap. This is fine. This looks good. I like the shirt. I like the hat. I think this is fine. And the sweater's good too. This is a nice, clean set for Engineer. I like this. This is probably my favorite set that I've seen so far in this collection. This is nice. I like this one. I like the beanie. I like the salty sailor look on this one. Again, with the modeling on the beard, it looks like it's made out of clay. Like, bushy beards are hard to get right in TF2 without it looking like you've put modeling clay over the front of their face. I don't know. It's not as bad as the Bluto one. It's okay. It's not bad. You can make some decent loadouts with this. It's all right. Nick Fury. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, this is okay. I give it like a 6.5. I should have been rating these as I was going through, so we'll give it like a 6.5. 6.5. It's decent. This is acceptable. I would not be upset if I unboxed that. Again, so in this collection you've included so you would think they would curate, like if they want to have like a cohesive collection for these updates, you'd curate things a little bit better instead of having repeats. So you have 2 fisherman sets and then 2 PPE outfits for Engineer, as if though he were on an oil rig. And this one's worse. It looks worse. Like the texture quality on these is way lower. Why? Why would you do that? I don't know. This one just looks worse and has the same problems as the other one. All right, open up. Let's get through the rest of these. Oh my god, that looks weird. Why? What the fuck? Okay, let's go. Keep going. Bolt-on torpedo. Sure. I mean, it's not offensive. It reminds me of like the my cat is here. Come here. Come here. There you go. She's gotta get right in the crook of my arm. Otherwise, she's not happy. She's gotta get right here. You good? Sleepy? Sleepy kitty? There she goes. It's nap time. Nap time. I mean, this is fine. Again, it's not great, not terrible. Like 5 out of 10 C tier. It's okay. It's inoffensive. You can't really put this with anything. You can't really match it with anything. You kind of have to stretch it to make it part of a reasonable loadout. But there are worse things I've seen in this collection. Saw this on the workshop stream from last month. This one's fine. I don't like the tie off in the back. I don't like the tie off in the back, and it doesn't look great on every class. It only looks great on some of the classes. Scout looks decent. Pyro looks decent. Forgot who I said looked the weakest on. I think it was Soldier looked the weakest on. Even Heavy is okay. But I don't know. It's pretty good. It's actually pretty good on demo, but this one's also fine. Oh god, not this again. Just no. We don't need bright fluorescent safety jackets. We don't need PPE, but we don't need this. We don't need a big bright fluorescent color on the player model. It's just not a good idea. We don't need this level of visual noise slapped onto the character model. It is not a good idea. Nope. And that's it. We're moving on. It looks so weird. It doesn't make sense to have his beard on the outside of his mask. Why would you do this? It's just, like, if you contain the facial hair to the parts of his face where where his skin is visible, that makes a little more sense, but why is he, like, growing a beard like a chia pet? The spy is a chia pet now. That's just really bizarre. So he's got like a Batman-style mask covering the skin and then why is it like still on his ears? What is this? It's just, I like the hat. The hat is good. I feel like if people get this, they're not gonna use the facial hair. You could have done something better with the facial hair, man. That just looks really weird. The suit is fine. It's again it suffers from the same problem a lot of spy suits have, where instead of adding details to the spy's default suit, they kind of model over it, so it's a little bulky, but it's not terrible. It's okay. The best part about this set is absolutely the hat and the pipe, but the shirt's fine, the beard is horrible. You want a squid? You want a squid on your head? You want a little silly squid? Elite grade. Here's your elite grade, guys. Guaranteed. I will bet money. I will bet money that this gets put in the game either as an assassin grade or an elite grade. $5. For each and every one of you, $5. And what does that work out to? $6,000? I'll be $6,000 in the hole, roughly, if I give each of you $5 if this is not added to the game. Guarantee it. I was here for $5. 500 key unusual. Wow, what a terrible fucking hat. This should not be added. Done. Another set of mutton chops that are at least not white, but it's really not well done. It looks like they took pieces of tree bark and they put it on Soldier's face. I like mutton chops. I like mutton chops. I think we need another good pair of mutton chops for Soldier that are, that don't look like a toothbrush or don't look like white shaving foam, because those are the two that we have. I'd like some that are a little more, that are brown by default, but the execution on this is fairly mediocre. Needed a little more time in the oven. Just, good concept, bad execution. Again, like, really? Two cosmetics that are exactly the same. They're exactly the same. Except, you know, the hat's, you know, like, it's the exact same hat, but worse. But then they, like, make it look like he's wearing a fake beard? Huh? I don't know why there's two of each. Why are there two of each? Like, there's no way, right? There's no way that there isn't some kind of level of copycatting here. Seriously. Because this is too similar to other things in this list. Friend was reached out about this project due to his map skills, and he told them he wasn't interested in it. Not necessarily whatsoever, fully agreed. There you go. Another scuba mask that just doesn't look that good. It's kind of shit. And then flippers. We have 3 different flipper cosmetics. We have 3 different flipper cosmetics that we got some feet enthusiasts here. We have some fucking feet enthusiasts going on here. We don't need giant flippers. Echo. Please. You just pick a position, alright? Pick a position and just stay there. You can't be on my mouse. You are so fat. I have to brush you again. You are just a fat little shit. What am I gonna do with you? Shit. We don't need it. We don't need this. If the sleeves are paintable, is there another part of this? Nope, it's just this. Are the sleeves paintable? I hope not. Doesn't seem like they are. 2 styles. Not paintable. That's good. It's almost too much, but not quite. It's almost too much, but not quite. It treads the line very closely. It's not horrible. It got some weird clipping going on. I don't like the... if you're gonna, like, I mean, I feel like that's kind of basics, right? I feel like that's some basic 101 stuff. If you're gonna be making a cosmetic, maybe avoid having it clip. Like, here's Style 1. Style 1 looks a lot better. It doesn't have the collar popped out, but then the collar pops out, it clips with his grenades. I mean, surely you can have a style without his grenades, right? I know that's a thing. You can have a style with and without grenades. You could have just done that instead of having the grenades clip with the vest. But, whatever. It's, I don't like the gold detailing. The gold detailing on the shirt is not necessary. They shouldn't have put that there. Beyond that, it's fine, I suppose. Beyond that, it's fine. Sailor outfit. Like, what is going on? Why do they have so many identical sets? Sailorman suit for the pyro. This is fine, I suppose. He's got, it's okay. This is serviceable. This is serviceable. It's not too bad. What's the paint region like? It's the stripes. I could make it a little noisy, but it's not great, not terrible. It's okay. It's not the worst. Another set for the engineer that is like, oh god. Here we go. Okay, so originally the coveralls used to be full yellow and then full orange, but then this creator went back and changed the color to be, you know, the engineer's default color, so I commend them for that. This is okay. Beanie, facial hair, pipe. It's good. I like the hat a lot more than I do the coveralls, but yeah, this is, and, you know, you can have it without the hat. That's, sure. Yeah. This is good. I like this. It is now an acceptable set, I'd say. It's now an acceptable set than what it was before. It looks a lot better. I agree. This is nice. And then this is just like, is it like the accessory that goes on the side? Yeah, it's the little accessory that goes on the side, which is fine. We have this hat already. I think we have 2 of these hats in the game already. But another fishing set. Another fishing set. It's... Oh my god, what are those fucking boots, dude? Ugh, I've seen this one before. Look at those fucking feet. Jesus. That's a lot. Oh god. The shirt's like the other fishing set shirts. But did you have to make the boots that fucking big? You could have done something else. You could have just made his normal boots dirty or something, or made them smaller, but did you have to make them this fucking bulky? Surely there could have been some kind of workaround. Fucking give him a pipe too, why not? Ah, it's a lot. Yeah, the boots are terrible. Seen this one on stream before. It's a nice cosmetic loadout filler, you know, get the headset and the radio. It's not bad. A decent loadout filler. Reasonably versatile, it's simple, it's fine. I'm thinking no. I'm thinking no for the giant bolt. Like, how do they think this? Like, they think this is okay. Like, they think this is an acceptable loadout for a promotional picture. Like, yeah, people are gonna love this. The fucking giant fish head clipping through the fucking life jacket. Wonderful idea. I'm thinking no for the giant bulky life vest on the pyro. I think that's a terrible idea and should not be added. Kind of a interesting flap cap? What's that meme? What's that meme of where you take the, where the soldier's helmet's removed and his head looks really fucking flat? That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of that meme I've seen floating around before. It looks kind of funny. It's okay. It looks a little better on Scout than it does on Soldier, but this is fine. It doesn't look terrible. It's okay. It's fine. This is reasonably acceptable. And yet another sailor set for Demo Man. Okay. Facial hair is a little bit better on this one. They change his nose? They changed his nose. Don't do that. Just leave his nose the same. You don't need to change the modeling on his nose. That's why it looks weird. You could have just done the facial hair. Yeah, it looks odd. Why does the nose look so different? And like his nose looks really puffy and bulky here, but then in this it's not. I'm confused. I'm very confused. The hat and goggles are okay, but something weird going on. They also, like, yeah, they changed the structure. It looks like they changed the structure of his face, too. Something's off here. He got his cheekbones done. Yeah, it's, I don't recommend changing facial anatomy. Also, what's going on with these gloves? The weird, like, because they have to model over his wrist, but this is still counted as part of the forearm on his movement. So, like, it's weirdly distorting over the first half of his forearm. The gloves are pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, the suit is okay, but the suit's okay. It's a bit much, because I feel like, why is the suit over his blast vest? Why is his coat over his blast vest? That looks weird. His suit is modeled over his blast vest. That looks strange to me. Have it underneath his vest instead of on top. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, that looks kind of weird. I would have done it underneath. This is an experiment first and foremost. I wanted to see if you can turn Demo's vest into a coat and make it work, and this is the best we could do. Yeah. Next time I'm thinking put the vest underneath it, or sorry, put his coat underneath the vest, and it wouldn't look so... It wouldn't look like he's wearing a tin can. It looks like he's wearing a tin can. We have your Cozy Mariner. So it's basically the... What's it called again? I forget the name of that cosmetic that puts a sweater on you. Kind of like that, except without the collar. It's okay. Doesn't look too bad. Modeling is a bit strange again, because it's like they have to model over his existing cuffs. Yeah, Dead of Night. It's kind of like the Dead of Night. It's not terrible. Generally, I'm not a... Here's my thing about changing the color of Soldier's arms. Soldier's forearms are very big and they're team-colored. Whenever he's holding up his rocket launcher in front of his face, what you're seeing for his team color from the front are his forearms. So when you make them black, it removes a lot of that visibility to tell what's going on. I'm not a fan of coloring the entire forearm on the Soldier for that reason, but at least the cosmetic isn't paintable. But I can think of 4 or 5 different shirts you could combine this with if there's no conflicts, where you could probably throw people off. So it's generally why gloves aren't a good idea. It's why completely different color forearms aren't the best idea for cosmetics in TF2, because you really shouldn't be removing... You shouldn't be removing existing team color. We have this hat already. It's the Condor, I think is what it's called. It's not horrible. The addition of the cigarette... Soldier's not a cigarette guy, he's a cigar guy. I feel like he should have done a cigar. The cigarette looks kind of weird. It's okay. It's not the worst. It's okay. I'm not enthused by it. All right, what else we got? Lots and lots of sailor stuff. Holy shit, it just keeps going. Tactical Interceptor. Is it all class? It is all class. You can have the with or without hat style. It's mediocre. Why? Why? Like, you could have just made it not for Pyro. Like, that's fine. You don't have to force it on Pyro's head. That's a lot. I'm thinking that's a lot. Yeah, we don't need to change the medic into a completely different character. That is generally not a good idea to change this much detail on the medic. That is a lot. No. I'm not going to spend any more time on that set. That is just too much. Another hat for Soldier. I don't know. I feel like this would have been better if you didn't have the tie on the side. It'd be a bit more clean. The emblem on the front is a little bit bulky. Could be smaller. It's not the worst. And then we have the shirt for it as well. The shirt's... it's okay. I like the lapels. I like the medals on the front. That's actually pretty decent. I like the coat. The hat's not so great, but the coat's pretty good. The coat's good. The hat, mediocre. The coat, pretty solid. I'm thinking no for the giant pocket anchor. I'm thinking this would be a really good piece of trade-up fodder that no one is going to use. Pocket Cosmetics consistently go as one of the least used items in Team Fortress 2. We do not want more of them. I assume they didn't mean to add... Oh no, we have unusual effects too. Okay, so now we're getting into unusual effects. Do we care about those? I kind of don't, honestly. I guess I'll quickly go through them because I'm so burnt out on unusual effects. I genuinely don't care about unusual effects in TF2 anymore. We have so many. Like, we have so many that throwing another 50 on top of the pile is not going to make much of a difference in my eyes. Like, I just don't care. Like, we have over 800 in the game. We have over 800 unusual effects in TF2, where I think we now, at this point, we have more unusual effects than we do hats that can have an unusual effect. I'm pretty sure we're past that stage. Someone will have to fact check the numbers, but I'm pretty sure that we have more unusual effects than we do hats that can have an unusual effect. Pretty sure. Either way, I just don't care. So we have water, and then we have blood tornado. Cool. Don't care. Taunt effects were a mistake. Refinery flare, so burning off the methane bleed off burning effect. So it's another kind of burning flames effect. It's fine, I guess. It's just like a weaker burning flames with a little bit of smoke. A lighthouse effect. I don't care. Is it bad to say I don't care anymore? It's okay. It's a little bright, but I know that's the point. It's the point that an unusual effect is meant to be bright. I just... it's like having a big siren on top of their head. I'm not a fan of it. Oh, yeah, watery warp. And it comes in different colors. Yeah, bubbles flying around your head. No, it's kind of shit. Sharknado, guys! Get it? It's the fucking shitty Sharknado movie, but now it's on your fucking head. Awesome. You love to see it. Kill me. Fucking you. This one, you know for a fact this is getting put in the game. You know for a fact we're seeing this in TF2. It's so bad. Just little sharkies flying around your head. It's shit. I'm sorry. It is shit. So a sonar effect. I feel like when you throw too many small details into an unusual effect, it gets lost in the noise. You have to get really close to somebody to see any of them, so it just looks like a big green ball on their head. It's not very good. Water spout. It's a little dopey. It almost looks like another hat because of how small and localized the effect is. It's not the worst I've seen, but it's a little dopey. I'm so here we go, another sonar effect. Here we go. This one's a little bit. That's so big. Oh my god, it's like he's got the dog cone on his head, so he's not chewing his stitches. It's so big. Fuck it, why not, right? We have so many other unusual effects. Fuck it, put it in the game. Sure, do it. This is really fast. I would have slowed down the animation significantly because this almost looks like television static. And it's also fucking huge. It's a big gray blob filling up the entire backside of the mercenary. I'm not a fan of that one. I opened it twice. Flashy sunset effect. You know, the vaporwave sunset, sure. Yeah, it's a little much. I miss the simple days, man. I miss the days of when we only had sunbeams and burning flames and masked flies. Like that's where it should have stopped. They shouldn't have been put in the game in the first place if we're strictly adhering to preserving TF2's art style. Unusual effects should have never been put in the game to begin with. But if we have too many, and we should have just stuck with the simpler things, man. The first 3 generations of unusual effects and maybe the first couple of Halloween ones, and then just left it at that. We don't need what's gonna be 1,000 unusual effects by the end of the fucking year. Just what is this meant to be? I guess it's a searchlight scanning the ocean floor. It's a searchlight scanning the ocean floor, except it's a big neon blue blob. And then the red variant is teal. Sure. Why not? This guy's on fire because he got dunked in oil. I don't care, like, it's like, you know, you love a piece of cake, right? I've used this food analogy before. You love a good piece of cake, right? You love a good piece of cake. You eat a piece of cake. It's like, great, yummy. But then you have like 500 other pieces of cake, and then you just don't care about cake anymore, man. I don't give a shit about any of this anymore. Oh my god, it's just too much. We don't need more of them. It's so exhausting. Make it stop. There's so many. I'm gonna keep lightning around these. Liquid gold, so he's getting rained on by an oil blowout, by a rig blowout. Ah, that's really noisy. That's a lot, no thanks. Coral, here you go. Trader Main slop, neon coral around your head. You love to see it. Pass. Here we go. Foggy, drippy, drizzle, rain. I think you could have just done the fog. You didn't need the raindrops or the splashes. Neon, fuck it. Neon green swirl. Fuck yeah, dude. You love to see it. You good, juicy Trader Main slop. Fuck yeah. No, I'm so tired. Can I stop? Can I move on? I don't care about unusual effects. We'll go faster. Neon, hyper neon swirl. Fuck it. More completely hardcore deviation from anything involved in TF2's art style. I don't like this. Seagrass and coral. Fuck it. Why not? Another neon fishy swirl. Sure. Once again, you're in the deep. Fine. Mines. Fine. More bubbles around your head. Fine. Sure. Great. I feel nothing. I truly just feel nothing when looking at these. More neon bubbles. Sure. Oil spill. Why not? A big oil spill. It just looks like a big murky blob. Big black oil. Doesn't look very good. And then fuck it, sure, why not? Oil well. Better than the other one. It's depth charges. Yes, it's in the name. Yes, depth charges exploding around your head. Sure, fuck it, why not? The Mario level in Super Mario Galaxy where you don't want to fall in the goo, otherwise you die. Bubble orb. This is basically just a hat. Not a good idea. No thanks. Another moon, and then the sun. I get what we don't need like photographs on top of the mercenaries' heads. Like you could have just done the moon in clouds, right? And then that'd be cloudy moon. So we already have that effect. Fuck it. We don't need pictures on top of the mercenaries' heads. A welding torch one. It's I like the idea, but I feel like it could have been simplified a little bit. It's a bit much. Decent. What is this? Glacier ice. Just chunks of ice floating around his head. Sure. And then the sun. Okay, I don't care. I don't care about it. I just don't care about unusual effects, man. I'm done. We're gonna get. Place your bets. Place your bets now. All right, place your bets now. How many unusual effects, including taunt effects, are we going to get this summer? How many are we gonna get? I bet no less than 30. I bet no less than 30. My money's on 30. Minimum. Minimum of 30. I think you guys are lowballing a little bit. I'm thinking 20 is too low. I'm thinking Valve needs to cash in this time. I'm thinking they're gonna put 30 effects in the game. That's my bet. When the update comes out, we'll know. It's probably gonna be in about a month. Okay, oh my god, there's 70 fucking war paints. This is a lot. I think I might... Oh, Jesus. I wanted to watch a video today. I don't think I want to go through 70 fucking war paints right now. I didn't think the collections were going to be this fucking big. Then what's the point of having the fucking collections then? What's the point of having these collections if you're not attempting to curate something to make it look like a cohesive update? You're just kind of throwing everything in willy-nilly. You're throwing everything in willy-nilly. So then, like, what else? So you have 11 maps and the contractor. Sure, we're never gonna get new contracts. It's just not gonna happen. Valve is too fucking lazy. And then you have all these weapon models, which are, I mean, sure, they look cool, why not? But Valve's never gonna add these. That's neat. Fuck it, sure, swordfish, why not? And yeah, it's a Demo Knight sword, because haha, funny. View all of these as nifty little trinkets that Valve is just gonna completely comb over and not put in the game because they'll just never bother with they'll never bother with a weapon reskin ever again, regardless of the quality. They're just never gonna do it again. And then we have the maps, which I'm not gonna bother reviewing because I can't look at maps on stream. And then the fucking Warpaint collection. Oh god. I think I'm a little bit tired of seasonal content updates for TF2. Like like CS:GO, CS2 is beginning to feel this pain, right? They're beginning to feel this pain, where all they're getting is gambling. All they're getting is gambling and surface level engagement. They got weeklies now. Counter-Strike got weeklies now, so they make it more of a daily habit to log in and play Counter-Strike to keep you more addicted, because every game fucking does that now. You love to see it, but this is just the endless vicious cycle with all Valve's games now, because they've slipped into complacency. This is all they have to do. They print billions of dollars a year from their gambling, and the actual gameplay gets neglected, and they just throw more garbage in these games for us to buy. That's what these games have become. They've been this way for a long time, don't get me wrong. It's just become heavily amplified more so in the past, 10 years. 5, 6 years more so, leaned into it a lot more. Take more cake until I explode? No, I don't wanna. Do I watch the? Here, I'll do a poll. I'll do a poll. Do I review the war paints or do I watch the video? And when I go piss, I'll let the results roll in. All right. Video or paints. All right, you guys vote. I'm gonna go piss. I'll be right back. Okay. The winner is the video. So we are gonna move on to the video. We're moving on to the video. Okay. So I've also seen a lot of these war paints already on my workshop reviews, like probably half of them before. So I don't know. Next time I stream, I'll probably go through them again, or I'll go through these. But I don't want to do it. Here, and before I swap to the video, here is a impromptu slop diaries where we have a probiotic soda with watermelon and lime. This is what we call health slop, right? It's a 45 calorie probiotic soda, but it's got stevia leaf and what have you in it. So it's like a healthy soda, but not really healthy. Smells good. Give it 2 sips. Listen, I'm not picky, all right? I'm not a picky guy, but this has a certain taste to it that is it's not good. I lied. There's no stevia in this. So there's no added sugar or sweetener. It's only sugar from fruit juice. But it wants to be tasty. It wants to be tasty, but it's not. It's not quite there, unfortunately. Okay. So the video that I wanted to watch today is this one. Let me pull this up. Oh, hello? Okay. So, people have been really asking me to watch this one. It is the problem with TF2 YouTube. People have been asking me to watch this. So I'm gonna check it out. Made by Rocketman Friend. He's a nice guy. I've had the pleasure of speaking with him a couple times. He's a chill dude. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. But people have been asking me to watch this, so let's have a look, shall we? Okay, so I guess before we start, let's ask everyone here, is there a quote-unquote problem with TF2 YouTube in your eyes? Do you view any kind of predicament that the TF2 YouTube space could be facing? Generally, I say yes. That's my opinion as well. Generally, I say yes. In that, I mean, it's ultimately the same problem that we've had forever, is that there's just nothing to make videos about. At least in relation to the gameplay. Because nothing's changed in a fucking decade. Nothing's changed in a decade, so the two major forks of content we have right now are clip dumps, which are fine, I'm not shitting on them. Recycling weapon reviews, there's actually 3 forks. Recycling weapon reviews ad nauseum. And then talking about mods or content that are not actual pieces of the game. Those are the 3 kinds of content we have in TF2 now, which on TF2 YouTube. And I mean, that's fine, but that's really all we have. No, yeah, there is just not a lot to say anymore. Like, what else needs to be said? What else needs to be said, man? I still, well, there are some things that I think need to be said, and those are the videos that I'm working on right now. Right. Well, no, I mean, that's what Great Blue does. He makes content about stuff that is not in the game. Like, he makes up a scenario or mods the game, and then that's what the video is about, right? That's what he does. So we're making content about stuff that's just not in TF2 at all. Like, they're having to go out of their way to make a mod or some kind of major change to then make a video about it. Which, in of itself, is like, okay, you're having to go out of your way to create a scenario to make a video about it, which takes a certain level of creativity, right? You have to make a scenario and make something up to make a video about, which is cool in its own right. I'm not dogging on it. But, I mean, that just shows where we are now, where we have to make shit up to then make videos about it. You know, because there's just nothing else to talk about. Beyond the shit that gets the shit that we get in the content updates 3 times a year. Hats and maps that suck that no one plays on. You know, that's it. That's all we have. So, let's have a look to see what this guy has to say. I forgot that whenever I stream, it just doesn't work. So let me open Firefox. I don't know why this browser just does not work whenever I stream. It just refuses to play videos. I don't understand. Very annoying.
Okay. I want to make a quick little disclaimer / note on why I'm making this video. So if you're new and you probably don't care why I'm making this video, skip to this time code, and that's where I'll talk about everything.
I think we need his premise here. We need his premise.
I'm Rocketman Fran.
Hello, Rocketman.
I make videos about Soldier because he's my main. I usually don't like to make negative videos because that's not really the kind of stuff I like to do.
That's also generally what people don't do, right? That's something else in the TF2 sphere, is people generally avoid making negative content. Let's face it, the TF2 sphere is pretty hugboxy, right? We're very hugboxy. Over the years, very few people have gone out of their way to make any kind of negative video, either in regards to the game or in regards to Valve. And the few instances in which negative videos are made, the people are very quickly, shut down or laughed out of the room and what have you. And that has, in my opinion, mostly negative drawbacks in that, the game's problems aren't highlighted fast enough nor often enough to where maybe some genuine beneficial change could come from them. Or, well, I mean, that's it, really. That's generally more of a negative drawback than a positive thing. So, yeah. Either way. And, it's like, I mean, of course, the toxic positivity notion, leans into that, where people get very upset when you speak ill of something they enjoy or highlight a problem regarding something they enjoy. People get very defensive. That absolutely plays into it. But also it's from the notion that a lot of people have just accepted that this is just how TF2 is going to be now, right? This is how TF2 is going to be forever because Valve doesn't care. But at the same time, if we kind of just keep feeding into that, and if we don't actually try to get better treatment from Valve somehow, then that just kind of seals our own fate without us really trying. And for whatever reason, the buck stopped at bots for a lot of people. I think we can make it go a lot further if we keep asking Valve and pressuring Valve to, maybe you guys should treat the game a little bit better. Probably a good idea considering how much money you get from this fucking game and also your other games. We give them a reason to do something. And they had one during the whole bot crisis thing, is because Valve fucking hates bad press. They hate bad press. They don't want to look bad. So they stepped in and fixed the bots once finally enough noise got drummed up again. And they set a contractor on the job. So. Anyway.
So, don't expect me to make another video like this anytime soon unless I have to. If you want to see more of the positive stuff, here's a playlist of all the Soldier vids, right here. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, I want to talk about why I'm making this video.
Why are you making this video?
I definitely have not been having fun with the game anymore. Well,
Fair.
At least not as much as I used to.
Fair.
And it's no surprise a lot in the community feels.
I'm burnt out. Anyone else? I used to be able to play this game every fucking day. No problem. I could play this game every fucking day. I loved this game. Now I probably find myself maybe playing it once every week or two. And ultimately that's the natural cycle, right? There's nothing abnormal about this. It's the natural cycle. Games aren't meant to be played forever unless you absolutely adore them and love them, right? I mean, you have simpler games like basketball and baseball that people play for their entire lives, right? But most video games are just something that you're not meant to be played forever. The forever game is a fairly recent phenomenon that is perpetuated because game companies earn billions of dollars from it. So, yeah, and sometimes you just get tired of it and want to move on and do something else, and there's no shame in that, right? There's no shame, there should be no negative stigma attached to being burnt out on something and moving on.
Feel the exact same way. I actually was about to cancel this video thanks to Fix TF2, which I myself took part in. I was expecting Valve to do something, and by the time I'm recording this, they did. Kinda. A huge number of bots have finally been banned, which is awesome.
Which is great.
But to no surprise,
Valve did the bare minimum. Valve did the bare fucking minimum, and that's it.
They came back. And I feel the exact same way.
Have they really? I've only seen very few infrequent reports of bots appearing in games, and they tend to get banned pretty quickly. So they're still around, but not to a much smaller degree than what they were, right? So whatever Valve is doing, they're keeping the lid on this for now, but we'll see how long it lasts.
Hurt.
Cheaters, however, are still fucking everywhere. Cheaters like that's something else Valve needs to fucking deal with. The volume of cheaters we have in this game is fucking ridiculous. The amount of fucking cheaters we have is fucking insane. It's only gotten worse since the Valve banned all the bots. It's horrible. Fuck.
Disappointed, and not having fun. So I want to get something off my chest. But not just with TF2. Because the
Why am
game
I still
isn't the
drinking
only
this?
problem. Of course, this video is about TF2 YouTube. And what's TF2 YouTube without the platform itself? So,
Okay.
this is...
I hope he actually talks about how shitty YouTube is. Like, it's a race to the bottom when it comes to where you want to stream and where you want to put your videos, right? It's a race to the bottom, and you're having to pick the least of your evils here. And I'm hoping he leans into YouTube a little bit. We'll see.
The problem with TF2 YouTube.
I hope he does. The TF2ber experience.
So by the time I'm recording this video, the bots have disappeared once again. And the summer update dropped. Sweet!
No, the updates suck.
When
Sorry.
I kept getting into a game,
Sorry.
not a single bot has joined in. So it's safe to say, TF2 is back. Well, kinda. More so, it's a start. So Valve finally listened to us after the Fix TF2 petition was trending, and a massive amount of cheaters and bots were getting banned.
Okay,
So yeah,
yes.
it's a start.
Right?
Now, here's my question, Valve.
What's your question?
What took you so long? We have been non-stop.
I know he's gonna vent. And it's rightfully earned, honestly.
Asking you for
Well, I mean, we know where Valve was. They're fucking off. Valve was fucking off. They didn't care. They were doing nothing about the bots for fucking years. Jack shit. And then, once they started getting some bad press, then, and only then, we'll put one guy on the job, right? So, it's a combination of factors. My eyes were very heavily opened after I read that thread of tweets from the former Valve employee, which is pinned in the other announcements channel in my announcements Discord, linked in the description below. If you want a very haunting read of how things actually work in Valve, go check out that pinned TXT and read all of those tweets that give you a very, very spooky insight into how things work at Valve, right? They very much absolutely do care about bad press, and it seems like the first round of Save TF2 really set a fire under their ass. We're like, uh-oh, we look really bad right now. And so, not too around when Save TF2 was happening, then they set the contractor on the job, and it took this one fucking guy 2 years to finally fix the bots, right? So, yeah, Valve only did this because they were finally pressured, and because, like, oh shit, if this game is fucked and we're pushing out a new class-based team first-person, third-person shooter, a la Deadlock, that's gonna make us look really bad, like, here's a new game, but our current one is fucked. So in order to avoid even more bad press, then they set someone on the fucking job, and it took that one guy 2 years to do it, and maybe some other guys helping him out here and there a little bit, right? A fucking contractor, no less, right? A contractor hired to do other things, like doing stuff for the fucking Steam Deck, but then, you know, the bots thing is like, they'll just pile that work on top of him too. So, yeah. I think all of us have every right to be fucking upset with Valve. All of us should be upset with Valve. I'm surprised more people aren't.
for years to fix this damn game. And what did we get this whole time?
Yeah, because they don't care. They don't give a fuck.
That's right.
They didn't give a fuck because people were still giving them money. People were still opening cases every update, giving them shitloads of money. Like, it looked fine from the outside looking in. So, what incentive did Valve have to do anything? None.
Complete radio silence until 2024. Remember, cheaters were a thing since the game came out.
Yes.
But it didn't get worse until 2019/2020, where it became pretty much unplayable. So how did
there were waves. There's a big wave in 2017, then it lulled a bit in 2018, then it ramped up in 2019, and it just idled at hell.
YouTubers take it in
for,
the meantime.
5 years.
Some of us took it differently. Some of us just quit YouTube and the game altogether.
Fair.
Some of us
people get burnt out and move on. People move on to new things and branch out, which is great. Good for them.
moved on to other games and have been doing really well with it, actually.
Good
and
on
then
them.
some of us just decide to stick around. Sure.
Which is also fair.
You can argue that people left the game because of the bot crisis. In fact,
I know people that did. A lot of people. I know a lot of people that left because they just couldn't play the game. I know quite a few that just got fed up.
that's understandable. But they left way before the bot crisis got worse. Some left the game when Meet Your Match, aka one of TF2's worst.
I think people fail to truly grasp just how many people left during Meet Your Match. God, I wish I had a clean data set of the number of players playing TF2 at the time, because all we have is a very blurry screenshot from an old like not SteamDB, but the other website that shows player counts, where there was like a very sharp drop by like 20,000 people when Meet Your Match came out, and then by December it started picking up again because Valve made the matchmaking system roughly functional. So, but all the, I think it was Steam charts, yeah. But all that data is just lost to time. Like it's because no one archives it, no one preserves it, which is really unfortunate. So a lot of people left during Meet Your Match and only slowly started coming back in, not only because the game is free, but because the matchmaking system at least put you into a server and you could shoot things for a little while. And it's just stayed that way since then.
Updates
because the matchmaking system is still broken. Like I don't need to repeat myself.
Ever got released. I mean, can you blame them? That update pretty much changed
cannot blame them
forever. R.I.P. Quick Play.
Yes.
But regardless,
more people need to say that. R.I.P. Quick Play. Please bring it back for the love of God.
People quit TF2. But it's not the game's fault. No. This beautiful, amazing little game did nothing wrong. So, it's not the game's fault. It's Valve's fault.
Yeah, no shit.
How dare you, Valve?
I mean, yeah,
How
that's
dare you make this game worse by making one of the most rushed updates ever, and then all you did to make up for it was to give it one last update and then run away. Only for the bots to seize it and destroy it over the years while you did nothing.
And the problem, right? He's in his full right to be like this. He is within his full right to be this upset with Valve, and more people should be and should have been. But the problem is that when you convey these ideas with any form of elevated emotion inside of a video, especially in the TF2 sphere, people will just immediately label you as being like a man-child or a baby, and like, oh, you're whining, even though this is a fully justified statement. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Valve? Seriously.
Sorry, lost my track of thought there. I'll deal with you later, mister. But anyway, let's continue talking about YouTubers. It's pretty cool to see these guys come back after not uploading for a while. Then disappear again sometimes, but
it is funny I'm even seeing some competitive players do this now, where they're all kind of cycling back to TF2. I mean, the game is good, so I don't blame them. But they kind of cycle back to TF2 now that the bots are gone because they can actually play it again, and then they kind of leave again.
It's no problem. These YouTubers...
It's an ebb and flow. It's an ebb and flow.
And you know what I gotta say to that? I say, good on you, pal.
What did you do in your source filmmaker render? This is terrifying. The fucking pupilless eyes underneath his helmet. That's haunting. Ugh. That's scary. I don't like looking at that.
If you ever want to come back...
It's creepy. Why is his helmet transparent? I don't like it.
Arms, happy to see you return.
The fog is coming.
Go enjoy the time for yourself. You deserve it. And you've earned my respect. Now, majority of these YouTubers have done the right way to do it.
Who are these guys? That's Funk. I guess that's meant to be Array 7. I don't know who this is. I think that's King Raja. That's the only, who are these two? I don't know who these guys are. Is that Mr. Paladin's set? Is it? I don't know.
And there's some YouTubers who have done the worst way to do it. Okay, now once again, if you want to quit the game because it's not fun anymore, and maybe because you don't like how the community gets sometimes, then of course I understand that. Go play another game that's more fun. However, if you're gonna be an ass about it...
This is not a specific TF2 YouTuber, it's just a random loadout. Please do not attack and harass anyone with similar hats.
Cuss out your fans, saying that they don't care about you, or the other non-TF2 videos you put out, just because they like the TF2 stuff more.
I know who he's talking about.
And you're mad at them, even though they didn't leave any hate comments about your other vids.
I know who he's
then
talking
you're a
about.
dick.
Only one guy did this, and it was fucking Peter. It was German Peter.
I think the way you went out is completely wrong. Does it stink?
German Peter did this, and also Star, but German Peter did it way worse. Yeah,
That
it seems like he could be talking about either of them, but German Peter got really mad that people did not like his non-TF2 stuff.
See you as a TF2 YouTuber and don't want to watch your other stuff? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, German
But
Peter
at the
really.
End of the day, what good is cussing out your fans gonna?
It could be Star as well.
Clearly
It's really one of two options. It's him or it's Star or German Peter.
Did is a lie. They're just not interested in the other stuff. And
Listen, man, I think that's a very unhealthy relationship to have with your audience. Your audience is not here for you. They don't give a shit about you. They care about what's on their screen. They're here to be entertained. They don't give a shit about you. They like your videos. They are here to consume your videos, right? So don't be upset if you give them a video and they don't like it. That's not a personal attack. That's not a reflection of your person. They just don't like the media you've fed to them. So don't. It's a very unhealthy way to view your audience. Like they don't. It's very parasocial too. They don't give a shit about you. They're only here to be entertained, and that's it.
And that's fine. You can't force them to watch something they don't want to watch.
True.
Sure. Some might be in the wrong for trying to force you to play the one game all the time. Meaning they're the asshole.
I mean, Star did receive quite a bit of heat when he first started kind of being upset about it. There were some not so nice people, and ultimately I don't blame him for leaving. It was not a graceful departure from the TF2 sphere, but I also don't blame him for doing so.
And it would be hard for you to stay motivated to make videos on other things. But they don't control you. And you're not any better than them by cussing them out because that one person thinks they can control you. Because your fan base gets the wrong idea that you hate everyone, even the ones who truly supported you. And you definitely don't want to be remembered like that. So my advice to any TF2bers who want to branch out is to just be calm. Don't let the bad ones get to you, even if it can be hard sometimes.
I mean, that's just general advice for being on YouTube or the internet in general. Is don't let the few sourpusses bring you down. You know, it's ultimately it's a spectrum. Some people struggle with it more than others. You know, I've wrestled with it. It's kind of an ebb and flow thing for me. Sometimes it gets to me, sometimes it doesn't. Some people it bugs them all the time. For some people it never bothers them. So you can't be too focused on the negative Nancys who just don't give a fuck about no. They'll be mad no matter what you do. No matter what you do on the internet, you can make videos about fucking puppies and kittens, just playing with their toys. And some motherfucker will still find a way to be upset at you for existing. It does not matter what you do. Someone will be always mad at whatever you put out on the internet. That is just a plain and simple fact, and you cannot focus on those people.
I promise, as long as you respect.
People come on the internet nowadays, and expect everyone to agree with them all the time. Social media and its consequences. I mean, yeah, that's also a factor, is where people online tend to very quickly fall into circles with similar viewpoints and ideologies. And whenever they come across someone that does not share either of those things, they don't know how to handle that. And so they immediately get defensive and lash out instead of understanding like, oh shit, not everyone thinks the way I do. Not everyone likes the same things I do. But because the internet readily facilitates these you can call them echo chambers, whatever you want, but it readily facilitates smaller communities of people that share the same thoughts and ideas, that's just a normal reaction, right? It's, it's kind of a natural evolution with tribalism where people kind of fall into their own lines of thinking. And when someone falls into that lane, or if they leave it, they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. And they kind of freak out. So
to everybody, whatever content you want to do in the future, people will support. Maybe not everyone, but you'll get a good audience as long as you're not an asshole. So good luck to anyone who plans to be this way. I wish nothing but the best.
So I will say, on the notion of branching out and doing other content, in my opinion, if you have established yourself as a certain type of creator, where like you on your channel, you've only made videos about one kind of game or one type of topic or something. Don't expect your audience, who has always come there for that one thing, to be immediately accepting of something completely different. Like, for example, I make videos entirely about Team Fortress 2, right? I don't expect my audience to watch content that's not about Team Fortress 2 on my main channel. And if I make something that is not related to Team Fortress 2, I put it on my second channel, or I talk about it elsewhere, because that's not what my main channel is for. So don't be upset if you have established yourself as one type of creator and then thrust something completely different in your audience's faces. And then they get upset by that. Like, they will raise an eyebrow at the minimum and go, what the fuck are you doing, you know? You have to do it right? You have to do it right.
Oh, no you don't, mister. You come back to us when we need you the most. The decency you can do is stay and hear what you did to us. Better not run, you coward.
What else needs to be said? We'll see what he says, but like, what else needs to be said? We'll see.
He mentioned what Valve did, having us wait so many years for this game to get the bot issue fixed. But that's not my only issue with Valve. In fact, I got a big list on what I want to say to this bastard of a company and what they did to us. So listen up. It's no secret that
good shit talking on Valve. I like to see it. Shitting on Valve is good.
The last major update that Valve actually worked
Shitting
on
was Valve is good.
Inferno, which was released all the way back in 2017. That is 7 whole ass years ago. As I mentioned before, this sort of encouraged TF2ers to leave the game, which sucks because there were too many good ones. So if your favorite person quits the game, you know who to blame.
Why does his name ring a bell to me? Why does his name ring a bell? Have I spoke with this person before? There's a memory somewhere back here that I'm trying to pull forward. Where do I know this motherfucker from? It's completely unrelated to the video, but the name is like I have like a deja vu moment where I know I've seen this fucking name and I know I've dealt with this guy before, but I can't fucking remember why or what it was for. Shit. Oh well. It'll come back to me.
What else did this hellhole of a company do to our favorite game? Other than not giving it an update for a long time and letting the bots infest it for so long. Well,
I don't like wasting food, really. So I drank it.
I can't really think of anything awful they did other than muting free-to-plays, which they still have yet to fix.
Yeah, I made a video about that. Fucking should have been reverted immediately. But again, the only reason why Valve did it is to avoid bad press. And that's when Valve takes action. When there's bad press involved.
Still, let me explain why this hurt the game way too much. Casual got way too chaotic for us who wanted to play. So all we had were community servers. Obviously, it didn't feel the same. Yeah. But no worries.
Didn't feel the same? What do you mean?
A couple years later, I repeat, a couple years later, the bots are finally gone after so many attempts to try and get rid of them.
TF2 after party? Oh yes.
They listen to us.
Everyone's... Who? Who are these people?
Well, at least we can play the game in peace now, right? Yeah. But the thing is, what now? The only new content we're getting is just community seasonal updates and game.
Yeah, I mean, we're waking up to it. Like, yeah, fucking what now? That's the thing, man. Like, we've been distracted by bots for years, and now we're finally allowed to think about other problems the game has. And I wonder if people are ready for that. It's like man, the entire bot crisis has been a very effective smokescreen for Valve. And it lasted so long where you've had enough people cycle out of Team Fortress 2, where the majority of people playing the game nowadays started playing after Meet Your Match, so they don't know how the game functioned beforehand in terms of the update cycle and how the matchmaking system didn't exist and how the fucking and how quick play system was way better, what have you. Like Valve, it wasn't intentional. It's not a conspiracy, but this just worked so heavily in Valve's favor, where now people play casual mode and think it's completely fine. It's my mustard cupcake argument, where if you only had mustard cupcakes, you think that they're fine, but you've never had the better cupcake before, so how can you know that one's better, right? So they go into casual mode thinking it's perfectly fine and functional, even though it is quite literally fucking broken and barely lets you play the game in the proper way. It's very good at connecting you to a server. Casual mode's very good at connecting you to a server so long as you select the 5 most popular maps, maybe 10 if you're being generous. You can walk around and shoot things for a few minutes, but you're not playing Team Fortress 2. You are getting a little taste of Team Fortress 2. You're getting a very diluted form of Team Fortress 2 by engaging with casual mode. And now I think people are going to slowly start waking up to this more and more. I hope to God more YouTubers start talking about this more and more, where, you know, it becomes more common knowledge and a more common understanding that, like, wow, Valve really did fuck this game, and they should fix it. We'll see. They're content with the current gameplay loop without the knowledge of how fucked the game actually is. And no, yeah, and this is why I encourage everyone to go play on a community server for a little while. Go play on a community server and just experience how the game was meant to be played in the absence of a matchmaking system. Because TF2 was not designed for a matchmaking system. It existed without a matchmaking system for 8 fucking years and played infinitely better than it ever did with one. Even after Valve fixed casual mode. So if you want to experience the true TF2 experience, go play on a community server like mine. ZestyJesus.com/servers. We have 2 North American and 2 European servers where I run the quick play rule set, just the vanilla fucking game. Go play on there and then go play on casual mode. You're never gonna want to touch fucking casual mode again. It fucking sucks. It's horrible. I love playing King of the Hill for 3 fucking minutes and then having to re-queue. Awesome.
Game modes. Sure, better than nothing. But as I stated before, it really doesn't feel the same. Hell, the voice actors are finally active again. But
I mean, they kind of... But why? Why'd they come out? I feel like they're doing it because they want to, and it's fun for them, but they're just getting old, man. They're getting old. They don't have the same spice as they once did. I appreciate them doing the videos and you know, and having a good time, but
participate in these community updates because these aren't official Valve updates. And I don't think they're allowed to voice the rules for anything new, unless Valve is the one making the content.
Yeah, they can't. They are not allowed to do that.
I could be wrong about that, but that's just what I think. It's funny how this is the case with what Valve is doing, because I keep hearing everyone say, I don't care if Valve updates this game ever again, I just want the bots to be gone.
Like, that's my point about this being a very effective smokescreen. When that below subterranean standard, that became the expectation, right? All the other shit wrong with the game just got thrown out of the window because you couldn't even play the game. And now that that is gone, like, this is great. Like, it's like you're fucking living in paradise. But then all the other shit wrong with the game, I think more and more people are going to come out with the realization like, oh yeah, this is not good. Like, do we really need 20 more maps this year? Do we need 50 more fucking unusual effects? I also feel like people weren't really paying attention to these things too much during the era of the bot crisis, because they had come around for the updates and they try to play the game and they go, oh, I can't, and then they leave again.
But like, do you really mean that? Yeah, of course.
I mean, a lot of people do, honestly,
awesome
because they were, you know, getting their shit pushed in by bots for so long that, you know, now they can actually get on a server and not get killed instantly.
Finally getting better with the bot situation not being nearly as bad as before. And here we are, back to the post-Jungle Inferno.
Who pays $5 for this shit?
Pre-2020 situation, where we want new stuff from the game. And no, not seasonal updates or new community game modes. I'm talking about a real major themed update made by Valve.
But like, what's funny is that pretty much all major updates from Valve primarily contained community-made content since like 2011. The amount of Valve-made stuff and the amount of community-made stuff exponentially went towards the community side in the earlier years. So in terms of, and like the last update that contained the highest amount of Valve-made stuff was Tough Break and Tough Break and Gunmetal, because all of those were like Valve skins, but that had nothing to do with gameplay, you know? So, like, what would we want out of an update? I know what I would want. I'd want bug fixes, optimization, various types of quality of life improvements. Get the fuck rid of casual mode. Give us back quick play immediately. That's like the first thing that needs to happen. Fuck everything else. Fuck balance changes. Fuck hats or, a big theme. Fix casual mode by getting rid of it. Put quick play back. I want to play the game, but I can't because your matchmaking system is fucking broken. I love playing on a team of 12 against a team of 6 because half the fucking team left, but they have their slots being reserved because the game thought they lost connection. And half the team is gone for 3 fucking minutes and we roll them and that's it. We play for 2 minutes, we re-queue, and then we do it again. Put back quick play. That's step number 1. Immediately. Or sorry, you can't say that. Fix casual mode by making it function like quick play because people are very sensitive when they say bring back quickly. No, I'll say you have to say fix casual mode by making it function like quick play and also unmute free to plays. Do those 2 things first and then we can concern ourselves with balance and bug fixes and hats and toys and candy and, make the game function again. That should be a priority.
Now, I don't want this to sound like me being ungrateful and finding a reason to complain.
You have every fucking right. Why should we be grateful for the bare fucking minimum of shit that Valve didn't even make? They plug in this shit into the game over the course of like 2 afternoons. They're not working on TF2. It's not a matter of... Why would you be grateful for the bare minimum? Seriously. While they still expect you to spend money on this game.
Again, I'm happy the bots are gone. For the most part, at least.
It's such a shame, too. I feel bad for this guy because he feels like he has to remind everyone, like, yes, I am thankful for Valve. Like, he has to, bend the knee a little bit for fear of people shitting on him too hard. He's like, yes, I am thankful that Valve fixed the bots. Please don't rag on me too hard. I'm thankful, but also there's these other problems. It's like, no, you shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that.
But this could have been something that prevented a lot of folks from getting burned out from the game if this decision was made sooner. On top of that, I'm also concerned about what not having an official major update for another couple of years can do.
There's not going to be one unless we give Valve a reason to make one.
The same maps over
and then even then, it's Valve's not the same company. It's not the same people. So you're going to be having a lot of new gen hires doing what they think is going to be a good idea for TF2. And it's like, I'm okay without getting a major update ever again if they just make the game function as it should. Then you can have your shitty slop updates. I don't care. I'm not going to use the fucking hats. I'm not going to use the unusual effects. I'm not going to buy the taunts. I'm not going to play on the fucking shitty maps. Just make the game work. We don't need another major update, let alone a seasonal update ever again.
And over again. And then what kind of video are we gonna make next with no official content being added? I guess we can keep showing off funny mods.
What?
I know.
I mean, yeah, that's the kind of content, that's like one of the 3 types of content people make is a modification to the game.
We've been playing the same maps for 7 years, and here we are still playing.
And I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly content with playing the same fucking maps until Kingdom Come because they're fun. I enjoy them. I don't need new maps to have fun in TF2. As I stick with my preferences and that's fine with me. Like, I don't need new toys. I know some people do to keep them engaged, but I can play on fucking Barn Blitz forever. I can play on Upward or Viaduct or Hydro or Powerhouse. I can play on these things forever.
But I can kinda argue that we were complaining about that for a little while. Then when the bots came, that was our main priority. Now that we're back to where we started, who knows what another 7 years can do. But also,
I haven't seen a lot of outcries for a new update. Not as many as I used to. Then again, I don't really comb social media that much in regards to TF2. So, have y'all seen? I've noticed a downtick. Have y'all noticed a downtick? I've noticed a downtick in the number of people requesting a big epic TF2 update. Yeah, like I can't recall the last time I've seen someone ask for the heavy update, even as a joke. It seems like a mixed bag. Some people say yes, some people say no. So, some yeses, some nos. Understandable. I need a heavy update. I want the game to work again, please. That would be ideal. Then we can give Heavy a fucking riot shield. Actually, no, don't do that, please. You know what I mean. Give Heavy a fucking shoe for a hat. Doesn't he have that? Pyro does. Valve needs to bring back quick play, fix the bugs, unmute free-to-plays, remove competitive mode, and make necessary hotfixes. I mean, you can't I mean, I agree, competitive mode fucking sucks. It should just be removed. No one fucking touches it. Or I shouldn't say no one, 3 people touch it on a regular basis. But you can't really remove anything once you've added it, otherwise you're going to piss people off. And of course, like the tiny minority of people that somehow enjoy competitive mode would be angry that it was removed. But also, it'd be a nice piece of symbolism where, like, well, the thing is, Valve would never do that because Valve is never. This is so frustrating because I want Valve to fix casual mode by putting it back to quick play, and I would not mind if Valve removed competitive mode. But it's like Valve will never do that unless we give them an unignorable reason to. Because if Valve did that, that would be Valve conceding that they fucked up. That would be Valve conceding that they did something wrong by reverting the game back to a former system. Whereas all of the changes they performed after Meet Your Match through 2018 were labeled as improvements rather than reversions, right? Like, Valve is very good at avoiding blame and avoiding wrongdoing. And they basically never own up to their mistakes. They never, and I mean, and no developer wants to do that. No developer wants to own up to their mistakes because they don't want to be looked bad because that's bad press and they don't like bad press. When the easiest thing, it's like, it also, yeah, no, and of course, no accountability. They don't want to have someone take the fall for this, right? Especially when when some employees' names, like Jill, are out in the void, having been involved with this. Like, if they revert it, well, their name's attached to your failure of a fucking update, so, that won't look good. But, yeah, developers don't like taking responsibility, and they take no accountability for fucking up, when the thing that would benefit them the most is quickly owning up to their mistakes and, like, fixing it. Like, that would just make your customers happy. Like, if you can just take the heat in the short term, like, just admit that you fucked up, and then put it back. That's all you have to do. And then people will keep giving you more money, because more people will be playing your fucking game. It's like, is your ego that big? Are you that scared of owning up to your fucking mistakes and putting things back to the objectively better systems? I don't understand. It's just fucking insanity to me. Like, I don't understand. Like, if you've known you fucked up, why continue living a lie and building everything on top of that? It's fucked up. I don't get it. I don't get it.
What'll happen if the bots take over the game again, and Valve goes back into hiding in the darkness?
Well, I don't think Valve's gonna let that happen again because they know we'll make noise again and make them look bad.
What are we gonna do then? Try to wake
Could be wrong,
them up for another
but I can't see them being that stupid.
4 years? Come on. We don't want to do that. A little unrelated with TF2, but what really sucks is that the Saxies aren't a thing anymore.
Does he know?
That really stinks because when I was starting to improve with SFM,
I don't think he knows.
That was the same year they stopped doing the Saxies. And that definitely made me really sad.
I don't think he knows.
I wanted to participate so badly and show off my animation skills. Point being,
I don't think he knows. So, it's largely accepted that the reason why Valve stopped doing the Saxies is because what would happen is the Saxie winners would be invited over to Valve's offices and they would be given a tour. The last people that won the Saxies and got invited over to Valve, one of them smoked weed in a bathroom. And got high walking around Valve's offices to the point where they were playing with their hand sanitizer. Needless to say, that was the last time Saxie winners were ever invited to Valve's offices, and the Saxies were never done again. So yeah, that's why. Pretty sure it was weed. It was either weed or some other substance, but I'm pretty sure it was weed. Like, this isn't very public information or public knowledge, but it's well documented. This did happen, and Valve basically, like, that was it. They never did it again. So great.
Valve can do their
That's not. I can't blame Valve for that one. I'm sorry.
Thing in the meantime. Nothing much.
I mean, that's what happens when you invite a bunch of fucking kids to your office, right?
Really do. Really, all that we can do is just keep playing the game. At least things are back to normal now.
Why would you do that? Because you're a stupid fucking kid, that's why. Who can't function unless you're high.
And that's all that matters. But if only this decision was made way sooner, as well as giving us some sort of confirmation about a new update coming out or not.
Well, Valve has learned their lessons with that. They'll never do that again.
That would have been great.
Because that places an expectation in the customer's minds, and if they don't meet that, that'll piss them off, so Valve never says anything.
But, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. But, on the bright side, the final comic is finally done.
Woo, yeah! Great!
Yeah, it took him a little bit, but I will say it is a great finale to the story. So, I'm just happy it's finally done.
I don't care.
Anyway,
sorry, I don't care about the comics.
Super close attention here. This section is going to be just as important as TF2.
All right, lock in. As the kids say, lock in.
Talk about...
Yeah! Shitting on YouTube!
Now, as I stated before,
here we go.
TF2 YouTube wouldn't be a thing without YouTube itself. So, YouTube has a major role to play here, just as Valve, with how they've been treating TF2. I think I made it clear that Valve is the one who caused burnout in players. Majority, anyway. And I mean crystal clear. So what does YouTube have to do with TF2 YouTubers quitting the game?
YouTube sucks!
It doesn't. You actually misunderstood me. My point is, YouTube has something to do with TF2bers quitting content creation. See, TF2 YouTube...
Alright, let's see what his argument is here.
Obviously peaked
let's see what problems he addresses.
Back in the late 2000s through early 2010s, when both the game and the platform were at their golden ages. I know I keep bringing up how
Adpocalypse, we know.
The game was much better back then, but let's set the obvious aside. Let's talk about the YouTube experience back in those years.
I mean, it's pre-Adpocalypse is really what this boils down to. You know, before they leaned heavily into monetization and sanitization of content and turning YouTube channels from personal means of expression to content farms for a profit.
Ah, yes. The simpler times of the internet. YouTube rewinds were actually good. PewDiePie was...
I don't think they were ever good.
The #1 most sub channel before Mr. Beast took over. A lot of YouTubers were our childhood heroes before getting...
I think the shift from PewDiePie over to Mr. Beast is kind of like the perfect example of what I just spoke about, where it went from individuals expressing themselves online to corporate machines powerhousing their way into the limelight and earning shitloads of money. Like, that's like the perfect dichotomy to present on how YouTube has changed. A guy playing video games in his fucking basement and screaming at a monitor versus these massive multi-million-dollar production pieces.
Cancelled? Yeah. A lot of stuff has changed since then. Regardless, YouTube was such a magical place for a lot of us. And what's more fun than watching videos? Why, uploading them and making an audience of our own, of course. Now...
Oh, Tom Scott. Oh, Lord.
My very first YouTube channel was created all the way...
I don't even know what's going on with that guy anymore. Last I saw, he got fat. But I also just stopped liking the kind of content he made, so, I mean, I was watching him in high school.
Way back in 2014. A little past the golden age era, but I didn't think I was too late to the party. It's deleted now, by the way, so don't bother asking the name of it. Still, I never got to experience what it was like to upload on YouTube, back when it was super good. But
I started uploading in 2012. That's when I uploaded my first ever YouTube video. That original channel is long lost to time, and I think I only got to like 500 subs before I deleted it and then moved on to the channel I have now.
I can only imagine what it was like. You're a teenager still living with your parents, just making the most creative
I was in college.
Things that you want to share with the world. And the best thing is, you get to be yourself while doing so. You don't have to worry.
Trust me, I've tried to resurrect my old videos. You can't, they're gone. They're gone. I'm fucking 30, so...
About strict policies, like swearing too much or have your video be flagged for sensitive content.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, he's kind of dancing around the point here. It's the adpocalypse, where you had to start self-censoring and making content that was acceptable for advertisements, otherwise it would get suppressed by the algorithm, because why would YouTube ever promote videos that can't have ads placed on them? So content creation became more more cookie cutter, more corporate, more sanitized in order to make money, which is unfortunate. It sucks.
Remember the 5-star system and the old annotations? I sure do.
Oh, that fucking, yes. God. Wow. I'm having so many memories like fucking yanked out of the annals of my memory here. Holy fuck. People would like make entire videos using these annotations. It was crazy.
YouTube was so fun to watch and make content. And this is most likely what started TF2 YouTube. Showcase myself playing my favorite.
A lot of the original YouTube videos for TF2 was actually like, they were like informative. Like people giving people guides, and like some of the earliest guides for Team Fortress 2 were uploaded in like 2007, 2008. A lot of the original videos were like informative or land like maybe a funny moment here and there.
Game on literally my favorite website in the world? That sounds like a win-win in my book.
What is your favorite website? Don't answer that question. I shouldn't have asked that.
All the
fuck.
OGs want to start making TF2 videos. Whether that's gameplay, 3D animation, 2D animation, video essays, whatever.
No! Stop!
2007 was literally...
Don't! I made a mistake! Stop! Shut up! No! I did not think about the words coming out of my mouth. Enough.
The year to start uploading TF2 content. Aside from the fact that was the year the game came out,
I missed
as
it.
well
Here
as
we go.
monetization becoming a thing, debatably, 2007 was the best year for gaming, as well.
Was it the best year for gaming? I mean, a lot of good games came out the year. I don't know if I'd call it the best year. But it feels like things were absolutely peaking for the gaming industry in the late 2000s, entering the early 2010s, and then, you know, once the forever game became the standard, then things started going downhill.
Was the best year to watch YouTube. I get to make videos about me having fun.
Wow,
well
I haven't
as making
seen
some
that since I was a fucking freshman.
cash while doing so? Sign me up. 2007 through 2012 was such
Look how
an
young
epic
he is.
year for YouTube. It had such a chill vibe that I don't think any other website could ever bring.
Well, yeah, because it didn't feel like television, and now it feels like television.
Almost. Sadly, that
Ah, Newgrounds. Oh, the good old days of Flash games I shouldn't be playing.
golden age for YouTube is over. Things have changed. And not
I can hear this video, by the
in
way.
a good way. We had the first CEO of YouTube, who was one of the creators, step down and hand it to another guy, who didn't do bad, but wasn't awesome either. Then that other guy stepped down too and gave it to that lady, who
Yeah.
I mainly blame for making the platform entirely worse.
I mean, it became a money game. They started catering to major network news, corporations, and turning their platform into a means for their advertising instead of a creative outlet for people. That's what happened. That is the shift. People, that's all it should be.
And that lady stepped down to give it to another guy, most likely due to her having to fight her battle with cancer, and eventually losing that battle. I just want to bring up that,
Shame.
regardless of the damage she's done to the platform, which I'll go over in a minute, she didn't deserve what happened to her. And I think it's sad people celebrated her death because of that.
I mean, that's fucked up. You can separate her death from the actions she committed in her life, right? People who do that are evil. And mostly kids, too. I find people that do this shit, they celebrate someone's death like this, it's usually people that are under the age of 18. Almost always. And they're almost always on Twitter, too. With certain emojis in their profiles.
While yes, I do blame her for making the platform less fun for many creators, she was a human being just like the rest of us. And saying stuff like
I
she
find this odd to put in a video like
deserves
this,
to
but
die
keep
is
going.
just inhumane. And I'm incredibly disappointed by the number of people who made comments like that. Anyway,
Okay.
let's talk about what made YouTube worse over the years.
Okay.
Copyright has gotten very strict.
This does genuinely fucking suck how easily abused the copyright system is. There have been a few, and I mean a few, improvements, but it is still fucking... You can't even hum a song without the copyright system picking it up and demanding pieces of your ad revenue. It is so fucked up. It's awful. Yeah, 5 seconds of music, or like even 1 second of music, depending on the song, can get a 4-hour video claimed and taken down, right? It's
I'm
terrible. Fighting the system is terrible.
too mad about.
And then also, whenever you do find, say, royalty-free music or video game music, you have claim farms that go back and retroactively claim music that is not theirs and take your ad revenue.
That's literally the law. And it is important to get permission from song owners to use their songs.
Major label companies can go fuck themselves. With the amount of money they earn, they're not missing out on the revenue from YouTube. I'm sorry, that accounts for a fraction of a percent of the revenue generated by their other means, right? God.
The real issue is false copyright strikes.
Meaning, that's another issue. Yes.
There have been channels that have gotten terminated who have done absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, this is
and
fucked.
then YouTube introduced the COPPA program, which I know most of y'all know what that is, so I'm not gonna explain the origin.
Yeah.
But what stinks
Gotta make it child friendly.
is YouTube can choose which vids are made for kids and which aren't, even if you put not made for kids. Meaning,
make sure you swear a lot.
If your video is marked as made for kids, comments will be disabled and you won't be able to read them. On top of that, chances are you can get in big trouble, even if YouTube is the one who marked the video.
So, maybe don't try to make content for kids. Like, I mean, YouTube should have never been that. Again, this all goes back to, turning it into a big corporate machine for money making. Because there's a lot of money to be made in kids' videos because they are watched over and over again all the time. Bukus of money off fucking ad revenue, right? And so naturally they're going to lean into that.
All right, buddy, time to go.
What? What did I do?
Well, this video you put out is not made for kids. And when we
Rhinos
find
in
out
hell.
it's clearly not, due to parents complaining about traumatizing their child for life, we're punishing you for it.
But that's crazy! I didn't mark it as made for kids!
I know! We did!
What?
Yeah, see? We took a look at your adult animation with blood, drugs, and other stuff, but since it was a cartoon, we decided to mark it as made for kids. However, since we
And then you can't refute any changes that YouTube puts on your shit. Like my Meet Your Match video got labeled for talking about or glorifying self-harm, and so it got marked. And now that I've said that in this stream VOD is gonna get marked for that too. That's how sensitive these shitty systems are. I fucking hate it.
A mistake, and this was clearly made for adults. We're gonna pin the blame on you and delete your channel, and we may or may not be giving you legal.
Meanwhile, exactly, we get advertisements that are porn. We get porn advertisements on fucking YouTube, juxtaposed against content for children. You'll love to see it.
Trouble as
Thanks,
well.
YouTube.
Anyway,
Great platform.
Let's go!
No! I just wanted to have a TV show of my own one day and share my—
Yeah, I mean, well, YouTube and therefore the people making the videos are getting blamed for something the parents should be responsible for. But now we have an entire almost 2 generations of parents that relinquish the responsibility of their children to everyone else around them because they were not raised to be good parents. Hence, we have an entire generation of like fucking iPad kids where they've been raised by the fucking internet. And their parents assume, oh, well, you made this, therefore it's your responsibility to show good things to my kid. No, fuck off. How about be a good parent? And pay attention to what your kids are doing.
The world! Come on. You'll be out when we have a work.
I'm going old school, no YouTube for my daughter. Dude, whenever, if, that's a big fucking if. I'm getting old now, I have gray hair. If I have kids, they're not getting a phone. They're not getting internet access, none of that shit until they're like in high school. Like I will not allow my child internet access unsupervised. Like that's me, I was fortunate enough that I was raised in the era of the internet where unsupervised internet access was far less damaging than it is today, right? Because like you had to really go out of your way to find the shit you shouldn't be looking at in like 2002. Nowadays, a child can just go to Twitter and be immediately presented with like a decapitation video or something, because Twitter's, Twitter. And instead of the parents doing their due diligence and watching what their children do online, they just let them fucking do willy-nilly.
Copyright system.
Yeah, real fair, ain't it? COPPA is probably, in my opinion, the worst thing that has ever happened to YouTube. But I also am very upset about them disabling dislikes.
This fucking video, man. This fucking patronizing video of them disabling the dislike system. Thank God we have plugins that let us view them that are pretty accurate.
I know, that's not nearly as bad as...
And we all know why they did it. We all know why they did it. It's because they had to protect the corporations and their, let's say, videos they were putting out at the time. They had to hide the waves of disagreement with what certain groups of people were saying. So they had to protect their biggest moneymakers, right? They had to protect their interests, let's just say.
Papa. And it may seem like it's not a big deal, since you can just get an extension, and bam, let's call it a day. But what about the YouTube app on your phone? What if you need to watch a tutorial while you're away from your computer? All you can see are likes, but a number of likes don't really determine if a video is good or not. The number of dislikes do, though.
Yeah, and that's why they removed them. Because they don't want you to know how well received a video is anymore. They just want you to assume that, oh, it's liked.
Plus, we can see the comments as well. But some of those comments might be bots.
Now, return dislikes has been proved time and time again to be reasonably accurate. Like, I've cross-checked with my own videos. Other people have cross-checked with their own videos. It's pretty fucking close. It's not 100%, but it gets pretty close in the ballpark. It's pretty reliable.
Or the negative comments might get deleted. If not, the comments section might be disabled entirely.
Thing is, this is a what's the word I'm looking for? Jesus, I'm having a big brain fart. This is a telling sign as well, right? If you turn off your comments, well, you look like a little bitch.
I mean,
Comments off is a huge red
Yes,
flag.
you can say that can determine if a video is good or not, but there are also some good videos that disable comments. So, I'm not really sure what to think. I just think it's sad that without the dislike bar, we can't stop ourselves from wasting any time watching a bad video. Even if you do get the extension.
I mean, I'd say that's half true. I still think if a video has dislikes on it, it's still worth watching. It's not good to immediately dismiss an argument or a talking point simply because a lot of people dislike it. Because if you simply hop on the herd bandwagon, you're not informing yourself as to what those negative viewpoints are or those bad viewpoints are. So when it becomes your turn to refute them and understand and how to refute them, you don't have just a dislike ratio to refer to, right? It's like, oh, well, a whole bunch of people disliked it, so therefore it's bad. No, it removes the understanding that you need to get for yourself as to why something is wrong or why something is flawed, what have you, right? It's still important to watch the bad videos so you can inform yourself and understand why they are bad. You know what I mean?
Chances are, the video's not gonna get as many...
People don't tend to dislike videos anymore due to lack of impact. No, I still do. I still think a lot of us do. Like, a video has, like, it already takes a lot because like, first of all, there's a certain threshold, right? Like, if I ask you guys right now, hey, can you guys like my stream? It really supports me and increases my visibility. I greatly appreciate it. Like, it usually takes something like that to get most people to go out of their way and like something they're watching, right? And that's not much. That's not a lot. But when it takes to get someone to dislike something, you have to really push them and say something really, really disagreeable in order for them to go out of their way and dislike something, right? It takes more energy to give a dislike than it does a like. Because usually if you like something, you're not going to do it either way unless someone asks you to. But if someone, says something that's disagreeable, you have to cross that extra threshold of saying something that people don't fucking like. And admittedly, a lot of people watching YouTube aren't thinking too much about what it is they're consuming, so you have to really, really stand out as saying something fucked up or doing something fucked up for people to dislike your video. It takes a lot to get a really strongly disliked video. Trust me, I've said some controversial shit about a fucking video game, but you have to really go out of your way to have people hate on your video. You've said something really wrong if you drop below, say, a 90 or an 85% like-dislike ratio. So.
Dislikes as it should. Because nobody's gonna see it. So what's the point of disliking it anyway?
Thing is, we know now that most people have, these things, so.
I guarantee you, if YouTube didn't hide the dislike bar, the Minecraft movie trailer would have way more dislikes than it does now.
I mean, Probably. He's not wrong in that regard, but it's still got 1.8 million. No, like, so the notion that people don't dislike videos anymore like this, this example still proves it wrong.
I'm Steve.
Oh yeah, and why hide it? The creators can still see it. I mean, because yeah, you're right. Because the angle they gave for hiding the dislike bar was so it could protect creators from like dislike bombing, what have you. But if you go in your YouTube studio, you can still see the data for yourself. So that's bullshit, and everyone immediately saw through that bullshit because like, oh no, you're just protecting the corporations.
You know, Jack Black was an interesting choice. What I brought up,
I mean, he was the money-making choice.
was just a portion of changes YouTube has done. And I could go on, just like how I felt about TF2. But let me wrap
What a fucking awful movie.
this section up by what I think is wrong with YouTube. YouTube just isn't YouTube anymore. What does that mean? Well, look at YouTube Shorts. Okay, cool. We can watch a video that's under
TikTok! It's TikTok! That's what it is. They want to copy TikTok because TikTok is mega addictive and earns shitloads of money. So YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and every other fucking social media platform, like Twitter too, all want to copy that format. That's why.
3 minutes long.
Moolah.
But
Money.
why does it need to exist?
Money!
Notice how the video is in portrait mode. And only portrait mode. This is meant to be seen from a phone. Not only that, if you scroll down,
That expression is a cry for help. That poor man.
we got the next short. You know what other social media platforms have these reels? Here's a hint. All of them.
Yeah, because this one did it first.
YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok.
It's like, listen, Rocket Man, I know that you know that they were all copying TikTok. I know that you know that. So just say it.
Twitter.
It's what makes fucking money and gets people addicted to their platform, right? The more, the more you can shorten one's attention span and get them glued to their phone, the more ads you can show them and the more money they make.
But wait, go back.
I miss Vine. Vine was fun.
Before that. Bingo. TikTok.
Oh, he does. He
One of
does.
the
Yes.
most popular social media
He does, he did
platforms
it!
ever. That most people thought was going to fail due to it being
He did it. We're good.
cringe when it first started. And then Mr. Beast advertised it, and
I am so proud that I've never once viewed a TikTok or used TikTok, and I never will. No Chinese spyware on my fucking phones, please. Only American spyware in this house.
people wanted to download it for the funnies. Well, that's one of the reasons at least. Until they realized, holy crap, this is actually fun. So TikTok blew up around the pandemic time.
Is it fun?
And then literally every social media platform is now trying to copy it by having reels. So alongside with a lot of other platforms, YouTube is literally trying to copy TikTok.
Yes.
Now, I wouldn't say I hate YouTube Shorts. It's just another TikTok if YouTubers want to make short videos. As a matter of
I don't. It's because I'm not a kid, and it's because of how I was raised, in that my attention span is not shorter than that of a goldfish. But I see people who aren't young. I mean, they're young. They're like in their 20s. They're not kids. That will just do this with their phone at like the airport. Well, like, you know what I do when I go to the airport? I look at people. It's my favorite thing to do at the airport. I love watching people. Does anyone else people watch? I love people watching. I love seeing what people do, how people act. It's a fascinating thing. You see so many different people doing different behaviors. Like I just put my headphones on, just kind of look around and see what fucking people do. Watching people just be human is very entertaining. It's fun. You know, watching people get off the fucking plane, like the faces of misery they have after getting off a 12-hour flight. And I'm like, oh, that's gonna be me next. I know how you feel. I've been there many times. Or like someone fucking dropping their Starbucks coffee after they spent $8 on a fucking cup of coffee. After they walk away, and I'm like, oh dude, I'm so sorry. That sucks. Or like like a little kid, like running around the airport without a fucking care in the world. Like fleeing his blankie around or something. Like, man, he has no idea what's coming in 20 years. I missed that time of my life, that kind of thing. That's fun for me to do. You miss out on so much around you in life if you're just doing this all the time.
fact, I think there's a lot of YouTube Shorts that I think are very entertaining. But YouTube literally isn't YouTube anymore. Because now it just feels like TikTok 2.0. But with some additional long videos. And
I don't know, man. Videos are still very popular on here, like the long form. Super long form videos are really big
I
still.
also want to bring up that people just make a YouTube channel to sell a product. Which is okay.
Yeah, because it's corporate now.
But I see them everywhere.
Yeah,
And
because
I
that
mean
makes money.
everywhere. Where's the love? I can also
I bought a Prime once. I threw it away after 2 sips.
bring up how this website is just flat out unusable. With the crazy
Without an ad block, YouTube is fucking unusable. That's most of the internet as well.
amount of ads that last about a minute and a half. And the worst part is, you can't even skip it. Hell, you can play games on
Ad block,
YouTube
ad
now.
block, ad block,
Like,
ad block,
what?
ad block, ad
When
block,
did
ad
YouTube
block.
become a video game console? Okay, to
You,
be
wait,
fair,
you can play games on YouTube now? What? Huh? What? Why?
these games are actually fun. And the only reason I don't play it on my phone is because I can play on YouTube without getting ads, surprisingly. Though, that could change in the future because,
What? They're like these shitty laggy mobile games. What the fuck?
again, this is current YouTube we're talking about. But YouTube just isn't.
I've never been big on mobile games, even like during the glory days of mobile games, like on my like shitty flip phones, man. The only like game I actively play is Blue Archive and nothing else. Like I don't touch mobile games because I just like they're not what I like to do. I don't like existing on my phone. But like games on YouTube is nuts. I don't like has it become that bad where you need to have every conceivable form of entertainment on one website? It's a little much.
The same anymore. And it's been that way for a while now. So that's a reason why
You used to be good. I'm sorry. I know. I used to be good. I apologize. Like, how can I go back? How can I go back and re-achieve my glory days, guys? What do I need to do to be good again? What do y'all think? What do I need to do to be good again? How do I do it? Fill me in. Educate me. How do I do it? Meth? All right, it's a good idea. I'll start doing meth now. Meth's a good idea. What else? Say the word. Say the word. Oh, Jesus. Fent. Lobotomy. Yeah. Quit Blue Archive? No, I will not. Review the Offshore war paints. I will, just not today. I'll do it next week. Quit TF2. Get a girl. I mean, yeah, you see now, it's getting too personal. Stop it. No, you're hurting my feelings. Do politics? Jesus Christ, I could never do that. It's a very quick path to being successful on YouTube is when you talk about anything and everything, but I really do not want to subject myself to that, and I never will. Because who the fuck cares about what I think about other than TF2? Or anything else. Like, who gives a shit? Doesn't matter what I say. It's dumb.
TF2 YouTubers quit. TF2 isn't the only problem, but YouTube is too. That's why the YouTubers we used to grow up with leave the platform. Because they hate the recent changes. Just like how players feel about current TF2. And it honestly breaks my heart that it's come to this. So, I guess.
Yeah, and then they've been replaced by an entirely new generation where they lean into the cookie cutter content. They lean into the and it's fine, you do you. I'm not dogging you for doing it. They're just adapting to the changing environment, but it is different. Like, the videos are different objectively.
I guess the next couple of years will show us what's to come next. But the question is, are y'all ready for it? I hope so.
I mean, we're already here, so we're just here.
Everything that I stated in this video is completely obvious about how both of these things are currently. And maybe some of you guys might disagree with me about some stuff that I said, but that's fine. I just didn't want this to be another current state of TF2 video, since most of those videos showcase Valve not updating the game, and nothing more than that. I want to tell something
it's the same repetitive stuff, Valve bad, no update game, etc., etc.
different here. because I don't think a lot of those videos bring up the YouTube side of things. And I'd say YouTube is just as much to blame as Valve.
No, I think you could, if TF2 wasn't in such a shit state, you would see a lot more people wanting to make videos about it. I think YouTube's role in the death of the TF2 YouTube scene, not death, but the stagnation of the TF2 YouTube scene is Valve's role is much higher than YouTube's.
I know you guys keep hearing these YouTubers say, I didn't want to make this video, but I really didn't.
See, some people say that because they don't. I mean, it's like the reason why they say that varies from, you know, like in the case of Rocket Man here, he doesn't want to be negative, but it's, you know, getting something off his chest. That's like the justifiable time to use it. But like then you have like the I don't want to make this video because I don't want to make it. I'm forcing myself to do it only because I'm getting a paycheck. It's like, okay, maybe don't share that.
I hate the fact that I felt like
No, yeah, and people do fear the backlash on these videos, right? Because you just can. It's time and time again. You are not allowed to be negative about TF2 without people just shitting on you.
I had to make this.
Yeah,
Since
you gotta diffuse the toxic positivity drones. Yes,
I am in love with both of these things. But over the years, it's gotten worse. And I just couldn't hide my emotions anymore. And just
I mean, listen, man, I agree. It sucks. I fucking love this game. I'll be playing it until the last server shuts down, and I'll keep hosting my own so long as people play on them, which is great. Thank you guys for doing that. It just sucks that this amazing game has changed hands to what's basically a completely different company now, and it's just devolved into, you know, to where it is now. It fucking sucks. It sucks too, because like, even though we have all the power, it's very easy to feel powerless, because it would be so easy if everyone just banded together and unified and like held Valve responsible more so, but people just don't do that because most people play video games for surface level engagement and the passing of time and don't care more deeply about the content they consume. That's the frustrating part. And so long as people are receiving that surface level engagement and they're happy, then they view Valve as doing nothing wrong. Oh, I have been entertained by this product, therefore the company has done no wrong.
get it off my
Or
chest.
can't do no wrong.
I know a lot of content creators feel this way. Why should I continue to play a dying game on a dying platform? This is
I mean, the only reason why I do it is because I fucking love this game, you know?
such
Albeit I push out videos slower now because, you know, if I'm not in the mood to do it, I'm not in the mood to do it.
a lose-lose. Well, if you really think that way, I think you're wrong. TF2 and YouTube are not dying in the slightest. For TF2, we still have community stuff
TF2 will suffer a slow heat death. TF2 will suffer a slow heat death.
being made because
It's if Valve continues to do nothing, then it will just it'll be a slow decay with fewer and fewer people coming in and staying around, and then only the oldest of old heads will still be playing this game 10 years from now. Yeah, it's
Valve doesn't care
life
to do
support.
anything
Yes,
anymore.
life support.
And YouTube, come on. We use this website almost every single day, so don't even say anything. I never implied that these two were dying. They're just getting worse. Still fun to be on and everything, but not as fun as it once was. TF2 and YouTube felt like a chill place to me, and these two things were just very fun. I mean, I would say YouTube is still more fun to me, since making content is still enjoyable, and I don't think I would get burnt out from doing that anytime soon.
Uh-huh.
TF2 on the other hand, I'm very burnt out from the game. And I didn't even play Scream Fortress or Smithmas, since if
Yeah, neither did I. I didn't touch the shit. I didn't touch any of the fuck. I played Scream Fortress for a whole 20 minutes on my stream, and then I didn't touch it again because I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care about any of these fucking shitty maps. I don't care about doing my 200 contracts for the same fucking cosmetics again when I already have everything that I want. Why am I gonna put myself through that fucking slog? It's not fun. I'm gonna stick to the same maps and shit that I actually enjoy and not touch the crap that Valve keeps shoveling into this shitty into the fucking game. It makes me so mad. And then people just continuously eat this up without even questioning the quality of what's being put in the game. Like, oh, it's Santa Sexton, yes, it's great. And then the map and game mode fucking blow.
felt like playing the same thing every single year. and I'm tired of it. I haven't even played the game in months. I just opened it to take screenshots and get small footage, and that
Good.
was it.
You're on your break. Good.
I
Just keep going. Keep doing
can't
it.
force myself to play TF2 all the time, because if I do, I will hate it. And
That's
I
fair.
can't hate this game after everything it's done for me. I love it too much to be mad at it or hate it. I have
No, you can't be mad or hate the game. You just hate you've done the right thing here, and you've directed your fucking anger at Valve. That's what most people should do.
so much faith that this game would get better.
Not most. It's what everyone
But-
should do.
Aside from the bots being gone for now, I really don't see it getting better. And I'm just really heartbroken. So,
It
I
sucks.
can't say
Yeah,
that
it
I'm
sucks.
done with TF2.
You don't hate Valve enough. You don't. None of us hate Valve enough. I don't hate Valve enough, and I have a seething, scalding hatred for that fucking company. It's still not enough. Because they are no better than any other game company. None.
But I am taking a big break from it to avoid wanting to never touch it ever again.
If you're playing on a
So-
laptop,
I guess
I'm
I'll just
sorry.
see where the road takes me. All I can say is TF2 YouTube has problems. And those problems need to be fixed if content creators want to come back. But remember, we're people too, and life just happens.
okay, he does not play or
So,
edit on a laptop. I would be
I
very,
guess
very sad
all I
for
can
him if he
ask
does.
Is I hope you
He's
can
wearing a
respect our
glove.
decision. If you've made it this far into the video, I just want to say thank you. I'm happy that this video was entertaining enough for y'all to make it through, and that you guys are still
Does anyone leave the RGB shit on by default when they use their RGB keyboards? I can't stand that shit. I have to have it be on a solid color. I can't handle the neon flashing lights. It drives me insane.
willing to listen, even if what I said wasn't easy to hear. So, thank you to everyone.
Cute dog.
Good night, good morning, or
Oh, the Crocs and the
whatever
socks,
time it
dude.
is for y'all.
Hell yeah.
And I hope to have fun with y'all again. Take care, my friends.
Crocs and socks, dude. I mean, that was a good video. That was great. That was a fantastic video. It was a little clunky, you know. It was a little clunky. I feel like he could have trimmed it down a little bit, but that's not the point of the video. It wasn't meant to be a cleaner, polished thing at all. No, yeah, I think he shared a lot of the same frustrations that a lot of people have with Valve and the state of the game and YouTube as well. You know, he just spit facts here the entire time. It was good. It was good. The dislikes are definitely from the hug box part. Yeah, you can see an appreciable, almost, I'd say, it's 6-7% dislikes. But yeah, and this is gonna come from people that they just can't handle. They can't handle any kind of negativity in the TF2 sphere, but this video just mostly it speaks truth. It does. It's just true. It is just true. I missed the video entirely. I left the workshop review. Sorry, Richter. I'm not signed in, but I'll let you guys go and give the video a like because I think it deserves a little bit more. It deserves a little bit more than what it has now. So go give love if you do so choose. If you do so choose. What I plan for Mother's Day, we're just gonna chill. We're probably gonna have a barbecue. That's about it. We're just gonna hang out. No, yeah, I mean, like, of course, the statements in the video are obvious, but, I mean, people don't say them enough. Fucking other YouTubers don't say them enough. You often see YouTubers playing defense for Valve. Or mocking any of these sentiments that people share. You know, that happens more often than people that happens way more often than people rightfully shitting on Valve. Is people playing defense or mocking those that are upset with Valve. It's ridiculous. So we'll see what happens in the future. Hopefully more people start doing the same. I hope so. I don't need a big YouTuber talking what I'm thinking. I'll just do it myself. Thing is, good for you, but a lot of people do. A lot of people need a YouTuber to, like, convince them, like, oh yeah, maybe I should actually think a little bit more deeply about what I'm doing here. because Valve in public's eye is still a good, wholesome company. No, yeah, and I think more people need to be clued in and informed that Valve is really just not that good of a company at all. They get up to an equal amount of raw bullshit, just like any other company does. They just have very good PR that shields them from it. They have the perfect facade that is the amazing product that is Steam, that plays the perfect amount of defense for them, and a good PR team to kind of nip things in the bud before they get too big. Valve used to be a lot better, but they've gotten a lot worse over the last 10, 15 years. PR team is working home and all Redditors. Yeah, Reddit does play a lot of defense for Valve. It's like, how can I be mad at the 500th hat in this game? I love hats. It's great. Like the fact that Valve was an indie group that left Microsoft to make what they want, but they became what they hate. I mean, it all comes down to the money. They chase the money. They started printing billions from Steam and printing billions from gambling, so they just leaned into it. Yeah, the endless cycle of leave the multi-billion-dollar company alone. So I don't listen to Kanye West. I don't like his music. I don't care. Yeah, the key jingling works really well for Valve, and that's what they've been doing with TF2 updates for 7 years. Valve is like every game tech studio. Start off with a bunch of nerds making passion projects, but now it's a company that's about bonuses and profit. Yep. Perfect summary. Do I know why music has just quit? Not just TF2, but YouTube in general? I have no idea. That's just I don't keep up. I don't really keep up with YouTubers. Not like I used to. I just don't care. I don't really care at all. Anywho, I have been going for over 3 hours now, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So, thanks for hanging out, guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for chilling. Thank you for all the wonderful donations. You guys are fantastic. I cannot thank you enough. If you want notifications for when I go live, join the Discord linked in the description below. You can't talk in there, but you get notifications for when I go live, for when I upload YouTube videos, and other dumb nonsense I put in there. And don't forget, Mother's Day is tomorrow, so be sure to tell your mom that you love her. Very important. At least it's Mother's Day in America. I know it's different in different places, but Mother's Day in America tomorrow, so be sure you tell your mom you love her. Thanks for hanging out, and I will stream again next week. I have a video in the works. Finally, I have a video in the works, and I'm actually excited to be working on it, so expect that when it's done. Hopefully not too long from now. So, yay. No spoilers on this one. I'm not giving any hints on this one. None. So you guys are just gonna have to wait. So, y'all take care, and I will see you next week.